everybody? Welcome aboard. Happy Friday. It's good to see y'all. I hope you're doing well. We're back. Unfortunately, the Expo stream was a bit of a bust. I was a bit bummed by that whole thing. We had some internet connectivity issues that were like very like hyper specific to whatever PilotEdge was doing, and we could not get them resolved with the resources that we had at hand on Saturday morning. So opted to just kill the stream after the client crashed and all that stuff happened. But I think talking to Tim, I think we got a good idea of what to do for next year to try to make sure that doesn't happen again. We'll probably just put the whole thing behind a VPN. So if they had paid for the extra good internet connection and all that stuff, just there was some sort of weirdness that was happening that was causing my client to just silently lose its connection. And then that one time I reconnected to PilotEdge, boop, the whole thing crashed. So, but we think we have a good idea what's going on. Yeah, and then there was some other infrastructure issues. Keith is unpissed. That's all that matters, man. Space Daddy, how you doing, buddy? Jonathan Cordova, welcome aboard. It's good to see y'all. Yeah, so it was so that was kind of unfortunate, but it did give me a few extra minutes to kind of go wander the floor and say hi to people. I didn't really keep count, but I was only there for one day this year. I can only do Saturday. The weather and just a bunch of crap rolled in on Sunday, so we had to hightail it out early. I think we took off at like 10 or between 10 and 11. We were in the air, and you could already see like all the weather just sort of building out to the west of us as we were on our way out. So I think it was the right decision to leave early. I talked to some folks that left later in the day, like Tim. I think Tim, you left at like what 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And you pretty much took off in a thunderstorm. Not fun, man. Not fun. Not cool. Nobody wants to deal with that. So yeah, I only got to spend the one day there, but it's all right. I got to meet a ton of people. Got to talk to some vendors. Got to just kind of wander around and see some cool stuff. One of the vendors that was there, I think the coolest thing I saw the entire show, they had this 8K VR goggle. This 8K like VR goggles. It's by a company. I have their card. I think I have their card. Well, I had their card. I'll have to go look it up again because apparently I don't have their card anymore. But like these crazy. There it is. The Varjo VR1. The world's only headset with human eye resolution. Let me pull this up here real quick. Varjo. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Upgrade your vision with the Varjo VR1. Only 6,000 euros. This is the single most amazing VR experience I have ever had to date. Like, I cannot even explain to you how good everything looked in this headset. It was incredible. I didn't get to fly very long. It was at the pilot's booth. One of the I think a Swedish gentleman. What was his name? I do not remember his name off the top of my head, but the pilot's booth, he had gotten in touch with this company Varjo and said, "Hey, I'd love it if you could send us send us one of your headsets to show off at FlightSimExpo, or send a representative out." And I guess they ended up sending a representative out to demo this thing. I'm telling you guys, it was holy crap levels of amazing. It was like mind blowing how good this thing was. Unfortunately, it's also 6,000 euros, so it's not really viable for home use yet. At least for a guy like me. Maverick, how you doing? USS Zulu, good to see you. Blue Nose, welcome aboard. Max 304050, good to see you. Yeah, and I don't even know what kind of hardware you're going to need for the thing. It was running P3D and one of Pilot's Addons aircrafts. Gulf Coast, good to see you. Iowa Scotsman, welcome aboard. Max, happy Friday. So yeah, that was I think it was the coolest thing I saw the entire show. There was a lot of neat hardware there, a lot of peripherals, a lot of like external 430 and 530 and G1000s and kind of all that sort of stuff. Which I like. Those are neat, and I think that the coolest stuff is I can't remember the name of the company. There's a company that's making the stuff that they're like 3D printing it, and they're basically little Arduino boards that they're selling, and they're definitely not 1-to-1 replicas of everything, but they look good enough, and they are totally just, I think, the old prop. Ian, you have some of their gear. Who are they? But there was a lot of that kind of stuff there, and then just kind of hanging out, man. Like, Jeff had his setup. He was doing his streaming stuff. There are a ton of guys for IRL streaming. Nico, I almost called him Nicole. Nico and Max had their big booth going on, and I know Nico had a live stream going for that all day Saturday. I think you guys canned it on Sunday, or he canned it on Sunday as well. Prop Wash Sim, there you go, propwashsim.com. So these guys, if you want some like physical hardware, these are the guys I would say go check out. Like I said, they're 530. It's 3D. It's a 3D printed thing. So it's not one for one going to match the G1, the GNS 530 the same way that Real Sim Gear does, but it's totally acceptable, man. Like the buttons are in the right place and whatnot, and these things they all act as external monitors, and so you just pop a screen out and you just drag it over and put it onto that thing. And it works. They work pretty well, from what I understand. I will probably at some point grab something from Prop Wash. I kind of wanted to at the show, but I also kind of spent way too much money flying in the last couple of weeks, so I had to sort of cut it out a little bit. But yeah, so we did that. And then prior to that, actually, my good friend Squirrel actually flew up here. Paul came up here for a few days and hung out. And so Paul flew up from Orlando on Wednesday, and then Wednesday night we went flying. I took him up. We went out to dinner out in central Massachusetts, and then we flew through a pretty good sized rain shower actually on the way back. So we got a nice hazy nighttime departure, a nice kind of rainy that turned into a very clear and very, very pretty night flight back to Beverly, and then all day on Thursday we flew. We flew up to Portland, took him out to lunch, and then we did some flying up in the White Mountains, and just kind of saw a nice variety of airports. And then Friday morning, woke up real early. I think I was up at like 5:30. And then actually, no, I was up earlier than that because I think my daughter woke up at 4:45. And once I was up, that was it. Like I was up. I was not going back to bed at that point. So we grabbed the 182 and then we flew down to White Plains, met up with Max and Stealth Bob and Plane Ben, and then took Max's family's plane down to Kissimmee, where we hung out, had ourselves a nice, awesome Airbnb. There were a good group of us that were in there, and had some shenanigans and antics and stuff like that, and then hung out at the event on Saturday. It was a good weekend. I was very pleased by the time I got back. So we flew back on Sunday, and I grabbed the plane. I flew back to Beverly, and I think I fell asleep. I fell asleep on the couch at like 7:30 on Sunday. I must have been in bed by 9. Like I knocked out before 9, actually, like 8:30. So I knocked out for pretty close to like 11 or 12 hours, all said and done on Sunday night. Like just everything from the weekend and everything else. So yeah, so that was a big fun thing. So if you missed the announcement, the show's back in Vegas next year. I have heard some rumors as to where it's going to be located, and none of those rumors are the Flamingo. So I do believe it will be in another section of Las Vegas. But yeah, so we're back to Vegas next year, for better or worse, I guess. Friend and I were just pricing out airline tickets in September. He wants to go out there take his wife out there for a thing. And from Indianapolis, it was like $700 for 2 tickets round trip to Las Vegas. I'm like, are you kidding me, man? We used to be able to go to Vegas for $150 a ticket round trip. Like just insanely expensive compared to what it was. And it was almost $800 from Boston. This is 3 months out. So, yeah, so we're going to be, as soon as they announce those dates, I'm going to buy the tickets right away. Because I made that mistake last year of not buying the tickets. And they went up in price very, very, very quickly. For whatever reason, everybody wants to go to Vegas in the summertime, which I would say doesn't make sense. But every single time I've been to Vegas, it's been either June or July. So, I mean, there's that. Bill says the honeycomb. Oh yeah, the honeycomb stuff did look pretty good. That's right, Bill. I did have a chance to sit down and try out the honeycomb yoke. They had it on kind of a crappy table, so it was difficult to tell. Like the aileron motion felt pretty good, but the elevators were kind of sticky, and I couldn't tell if it's because the table that it was on wasn't super sturdy or kind of what the deal there was. But I I overall, I came away feeling pretty positive about it. The throttle quadrants that they had for the honeycomb stuff were all proof of concept, so they were still work in progress. So it was difficult to make any sort of opinion. They were the handles and all that stuff were 3D printed, kind of just cheap plastic, like not going to last very long. But he assured me, like he told me like 3 or 4 times, like this is not the final engineering. I'm like, yeah, I got you, man. It's not the final engineering model. Totally got it. Oh yeah, and then Saturday night. Yeah, so Saturday night of Expo, we were gonna go to. There's a big group of guys that were gonna go to a yard house, and I caught wind that so there was a group of, I don't know, like 15 of them, and I think there was a group of 7 or 8 of us, and we caught wind that it was gonna be like a 3-hour wait for them to get into the yard house, and I said, man, I'm not sure I could deal with that. And as we're walking by Buffalo Wild Wings, man, there was no line at Buffalo Wild Wings, tables galore. I'm like, we should go there for dinner. I don't care how good or how bad. I actually like Buffalo Wild Wings, but it's like I don't really care about anything. I think we should go there and get some food. And everybody seemed to be in agreement. So yeah, we bumped into Clocky while we were there, and had a grand old time. Yeah. So that was the weekend, and then we're in Vegas next year, and you know, as soon as we know more about what's going on there, we'll be kind of all over it and talking about it and figuring this stuff out. I don't know what I have no idea what they're going to do next year for this whole like media partner stuff and, you know, panels or anything like that. Like I kind of like not doing a panel this year. It was a lot more relaxing. That opened me up to try to stream from PilotEdge and try to do some other stuff. So I would probably be inclined to do the same thing next year. Only I'll be there for like both days and then some. Although I suspect that next year the whole Captain's Corner thing becomes a very official sort of thing, and like it ends up becoming a 3-day event, as opposed to the sort of like 2+ that it was this time around. Adam Chino, good to see you. Kyokin, welcome aboard. 17 Camaro, happy Friday. Jim B, welcome aboard. It's good to see you all. Poor Keith trying to find something to eat. Oh, I didn't even think about that, Tim. Oh man, yeah, because he's on like that crazy like is he paleo or Atkins or like what's he doing? I think they have like naked tenders there, don't they? But I guess most of their stuff is like super fried and breaded and all that. Wow, I hadn't even thought about that, Tim. I was totally happy, man. I ate so much food there and then fell asleep on the way back to the house. Like I pretty much went back to the house and immediately fell asleep and went to bed. Yeah, for sure. Anna Gaming, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. Naked tenders. Yeah, they got naked tenders there. Ernie the cat, what's going on, buddy? It's good to see you, Ernie. Anybody else? Strap the food bag on. Yeah, dude. I had like a medium order of wings, which is like, I don't know. I swear I had like 15 boneless wings. And then I also got an order of wedges and cheese and a beer and a whole bunch of water. And I walked out of it. I was like, oh, just roll me out of here, man. It was fantastic. I like Buffalo Wild Wings, so my wife can't stand it. She kind of craps on it all the time, but I'm like, whatever, dude, it's fine. So yeah, we'll say some thank yous. We'll talk about what's going on today, and we'll get this show on the road here. We will start with. Oh, I guess you got to scroll down. That's a good sign, I guess. Military Vet Gamer. Military Vet Gamer's here for 13 months. Thank you very much. Hope you had a great time at FlightSimExpo. Hope the Florida humidity didn't. Well, you said hope the Florida humidity did kill you, but I'm assuming you meant didn't kill you. We did all right, man. I had a great time. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate the 13 months. Aram Howard's here for 13 months. Thank you very much, my friend. Cheers, buddy. Beer 30 is here for 4 months. Good name. Thank you very much, Beer 30. Cheers. CMT Douglas here for 4 months. CMT Douglas says, come on, 4 months. Thank you very much, man. Cheers. Citation Max gifted a sub to Hawkfish. Hawkfish, welcome back for 2 months. Thank you very much to both you guys. Cheers. Tim PE is here for 30 months. Thank you very much, Tim. Now you have to say hi to me again. This is like the 4th time now I said hello to you. Thank you very much, Tim. Who else we got here? Maverick159. Maverick, thank you very much for 9 months in total. It's a 717T. It's a 373, baby. I don't know what a 373 is. Maybe that's a reference to something we talked about earlier. I don't know. Thank you very much, though, Maverick. Cheers, my friend. Iowa Scotsman, thanks for 30 months, buddy. Yeah, dude, 30. Wow. This is the first day I think I'm seeing 30. So thank you very much, man. Cheers, Iowa Scotsman. I still got to catch you streaming at some point. You got a pretty good beard. The 1 or 2 times I've been able to tune in. Extreme Storm Chaser, thank you very much for 9 months of support. Should come up to Laconia sometime and hang out. Should be CFI by mid-July or August. Thank you very much, man. Cheers. Actually, we flew through Laconia. We just did a stop and go there, but yeah, Paul and I did fly into Laconia because that's a super picturesque airport. Like, it's a place I love to take people up to for a little bit of sightseeing. Jonathan Cordova, thank you very much for the bits, man. I appreciate it. Cheers. Disgruntled Sailors here for 23 months. We'll celebrate 2 years of sub next month at Oshkosh. Yes, we will, sir. Cheers, my friend. Thank you very much. Can't wait to see you again next year, or next month. Ernie the Cat's here for 13 months. Ernie, thank you very much for 30 months, I should say. Cheers, buddy. We got then Artisan Simulations here for 25 months. Artisan Simulation, thank you very much, buddy. Cheers. Torbs902 is here for 5 months. Thank you very much, Torbs. Cheers to you as well, buddy. Jim B is here for the very first time. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club, Jim B. Cheers, my friend. Thank you. And finally, Anik Gaming is here for 17 months. He says, hi. Anik, thank you very much for your support. Cheers. Appreciate it, guys. Ground Point Niner, what's going on, AJ? It's good to see you this weekend as well. ZNYCC, happy Friday. Das Load, happy Friday. I got the same thing as you. Hell yeah, dude. You're still in Florida for a bit. You got family down there, right, AJ? Like I think I saw you head down there fairly often. So yeah, we're back. We're here. Ellie Marcus, thanks for the bits, man. I do appreciate it. Cheers. Thank you very much. Ellie Marcus 72's cheer shared rewards to 25 others in chat. I guess you guys get rewards for whatever he did. I have no idea what that means. But Ellie Marcus, thank you very much, man. So yeah, we're back. I apologize for any of the missing streams last couple of weeks. They've been, I understand. It's just I got back, dude. I got back on Sunday. Like Monday, I was just dead. Tuesday, I was dead. Wednesday, I was dead. Thursday, dude. Even today, I told my wife this evening. I'm like this close to not doing this because I'm so still dead from last week. Like I had my daughter for a week, just me. My wife was out of town, and so she's been a handful anyway. Like it's definitely like at least a 1.5 person job to take care of her. And then Paul comes in, we do all the flying, and the expo happens, we do more flying, and it's all the talk and everything else, and like I was just wiped out this week. Like it was crazy. Serby Plays, good to see you, man. Thank you for 22 months support. Why is there a banana with jet engines on your screen? Because it's the home of the Bear Fair. That's why. Cheers, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, so that was what's going on. But we're here tonight. We're gonna fly the Toliss. This is the Toliss A319 with the Bear Fair Spirit airline livery. I did manage to get a hold of the IAE engine sounds. So we're going to have those today. I don't know what kind of difference they even make, but we have the proper engine sounds for the livery that we're flying. So somebody's going to be happy about that. Breaking Osh news. I'm officially there all week. Nice, man. I'll let you know what my Oshkosh schedule is once I have it figured out. I know I will be leaving either Friday night or Saturday morning. What kind of joystick do you have? Smoke Keeper, good to see you. I have a Cytec X56 joystick and throttle. Oh no, I didn't do. Oh crap, I didn't do any of the texture mods. I'm sorry. There's a texture modification in the cockpit. I totally forgot to install it. Yeah. I think I'm still running like 2 different liveries in this thing too. But so we're just sitting here at the gate in I guess sort of like pseudo turnaround state. I don't know. There we go. So let's get this thing prepped up, ready to go. First flight tonight. Oh yeah, the flight plan this evening. What are we doing tonight? Retard. Yeah, exactly. Retard. Jay Barrett, how you doing, man? It's good to see you last week as well. Thank you very much for 6 months of support. Cheers. I got your message earlier, by the way, man. I'll jump in later. We got to get some golf club going. All right, so let's see the route tonight. I picked a bunch of airports that nobody ever flies to, because these airports, they deserve to be represented. Damn it! So we're taking off out of San Luis Obispo, up here in sort of like northern SoCal. We're gonna then make our way down to San Bernardino. I think I've flown into San Bernardino like 3 times the entire time I've been on this network. The close second backup was going to be Riverside. But San Bernardino seems like it'd be kind of a fun one to do. So we're going to fly to San Bernardino and then do the turn there and then make our way all the way down to Tucson, because nobody ever goes to Tucson either. So that's going to be the plan tonight. We'll be flying this on PilotEdge if you want to come join us. I shouldn't say it, but go ahead and come join us. Keith Keith will be pissed. Yeah. So we'll get all the screens turned up here. Get the brightnesses up. Do. I do, by the way, just randomly start humming to myself when I'm sitting around in my office. The pissed meter is here. I approve. We're gonna have to add that on the screen at some point. The Keith Smith upsetometer. Skellig, Jeff, thank you very much for 4 months, man. Cheers, buddy. Hey, when's your wife due? Pretty soon, right? Reminds me, I got to get you a gift too. I've been a little bit busy. Moto Flight guy, welcome aboard, dude. I love San Luis as well. It's a fun one to come out of. Tuba Flight, happy Friday. Chevy Rule 727, what's going on, my friend? How you doing? July. All right, man. Your life's about to change. As if you haven't heard that already. All right, so let's get this sucker ready to go. Get the IRSs aligned. Start here, go left to right. Those are good. All the way down. That's fine. Over here, we are already on external power. Everything else can stay off. Do not let me forget to turn on the APU tonight, please. Let's go nav and logo. That's fine. That's good. That's good. That's good. No smoking signs. Come on. Emergency light to arm. Those are fine. Fantastic. Then we come down here. We go to init. We're going to go KSBP / KSBD. Align IRS. Good. Okay. So the route of this particular flight is kind of cool. The tech route has us flying pretty much along the northern side of the LA basin. So I'm kind of excited about that. So we're going to fly around the northern side of the LA basin, make our way all the way to San Bernardino. For now, let's grab you off, add plate, San Luis Obispo, airport diagram. Pop that up there. Grounds 121.6. We'll give them a call, and we will get this show on the road. 21.6. Right there. And then I need to also set... I think I need to reconfigure... yeah, that's the wrong one. Should be on ATC. All right, ATIS is 20.6. We can grab the ATIS real quick, and that will let us verify that the radios are working.
San Luis County Regal Information Papa. 2200 Zulu weather. Wind 30
This is why we test everything.
at 13, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, connected to PilotEdge.
5. Arriving and departing.
That's why we test everything. I wasn't connected to PilotEdge, and I had my ATIS turned all the way down anyway on my radios.
Advise on initial contact. You have information uniform.
Uniform. Euphoric Ranger, thanks for 18 months, man. Happy anniversary. Have a good weekend. You as well, buddy. Thank you very much, dude. Cheers. Happy Saturday for you.
Wind 300 at 13. Visibility 10.
Max, that's what the tech route was, dude.
Clear. Temperature 19er. Dew point 12.
Like that's the tech route that's listed for that particular route. Like I'm sure they won't give that to me, but that's that's the only reason why I went with that. Oh, okay. So they give you something different.
You have information uniform.
Well, we'll go with whatever they give us. A shorter thing would be nice. All right, let's listen here.
256 Zulu. Wind 300 at 13. Visibility 10. Light rain. Sky conditions
it's
clear.
Raining. Okay.
Temperature 19er. Dew point 12. Altimeter 29905. Arriving and departing runway 29er. Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments.
It's raining and it's clear skies.
Advise on initial contact. You have information uniform.
That's weird. Clear skies and raining, but hey, whatever, dude. Keith's piss meter goes down. Yeah, I'm curious. I've actually never tried to fly this route before, so. Max has the direct routing premium subscription. Microtransactions. All right, so let's grab clearance here. 21.6. I'm a little concerned because I haven't actually heard anybody. Is there actually nobody online? No, there has to be people online, right? Oh, yeah, okay. Thanks, Max. I'm assuming that was you. San Luis ground, Spirit Wing 717, I-4 clearance San Bernardino, please.
Spirit Wing 717, San Luis ground, cleared to San Bernardino Airport. VFI runway heading ready access to San Marcos, then as filed. Maintain 5000. Expect 1000 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 120.55. Squawk 1442.
Cleared San Bernardino Airport on departure runway heading. Radar vectors San Marcos as filed. 5,000 on departure, 11,005. Departure 120.55. Squawk 1442. Spirit Wing 717.
Spirit Wing 717 evacuate.
We got the route that we filed. I have a feeling they may regret that at some point, but we got the route that we filed. USS Zulu 2, how you doing, man? I found 11,000 crews. Yeah, so literally this is what I do. There's a tech route that exists for this. Oh, your route's way worse. Okay. What are you flying? You're in the A320. Okay. Oh, yeah, you went to PMDZ. Yeah, okay. Totally fine. So yeah, so myflightroute.com is where we go to look up all the tech routes and whatnot. These are like established routes that exist between two airports. And what Max is saying is that the tech route is different from the sort of what they normally would file route, or what they would give you route on the network here, which does exist from time to time. But in this particular case, we're going to fly the San Bernardino Alpha Papa 52. Or the SBA, sorry, it's actually SBA Papa 52. What is SBA? Santa Barbara Papa 52, which is San Marcos and this whole big old thing. And 11,000 feet comes from this right here. So J11110 is the altitude that we file. So for a jet, we go to 11,000, which we are. So that's where we're going. So yeah, we're not going to go very high on this particular flight. Oh crap! Come back. All right, so let's go pop this sucker in. I didn't actually sim brief this. I probably should have. Actually, sim brief, Max. I did sim brief is where you got that route from, wasn't it? I should have sim briefed it. Okay, so let's do aircraft configuration. Just load all the packs up. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Yay, 9,000 should be totally okay. Quick defuel, refuel, load those settings. Actually, I don't think we need that much gas. Let's do 7,000. Try to get that a little bit closer to our max, max landing weight. So we want to be below the red line by the time we land. Okay, so that's fine. And then we'll go to, let's see, load the actual plane up here. So, flight plan. SBP is going to be radar vectors. Runway 29er. Yeah. No sit. Insert. And then from there, we are going RZS. Airway. And then Victor 386. 386.
San Bernardino ground TBM 401
hey, it's Ian.
At ACI jet, ready for taxi.
Ready for taxi. All right, 386 to Fillmore. And then Victor 186 to It's Me. And then Victor 264 to Pomona. And the Victor 197 to Paradise. 7 to Paradise. Yeah, that frequency or that channel sometimes comes in a little scratchy. As I like try to turn it down.
Retard.
Oops. We can just delete that discontinuity. There we go. Good. I go to init. Squirrel! Paul, thank you very much for 29 months of support. Cheers, my friend. I do appreciate it. I think you've been here for all 30 months. That's kind of weird. A happy Friday. I agree with you on your new streaming time. I agree with your new streaming time. Easier to tune in. Cheers, my friend. I hope your vacation's going swimmingly. I ruined the surprise because I wasn't supposed to find it until he said something this evening. But I have my very own squirrel hat now. Yeah. I even got it to fit, too, which I'm very happy with. Dude, these things are actually, like... These things are, like, super high quality, man. Like, this is a really good hat. I was kind of surprised when I held it. Like, the heft and whatnot. I'm going to add that to the collection back there, and we'll definitely wear that soon. See you soon, Hawkfish. Tim Rhodey, how you doing, man? But, yeah, it's good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Had a good time last week. We got a lot of flying in, that's for sure. 65 on the cost index, 11,000 feet. And that's all good there. Okay, go to the next page.
Retard.
All right. This show not found. Thank you very much for the tier 3 subscription, 24 months, 2 whole years. Cheers, man. Thanks for everything. Stay amazing. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you very much, dude. We'll get to play some golf here pretty soon. I'm ready to rejoin society after my week of being a hermit. All right, let's open to the ISIS screen. Pop you over there. We want to go to aircraft configuration. Our zero fuel weight is going to be 57438. 57438. 57.4 is what I meant to say. 25/57.4. Yeah, got it. And our block weight is going to be 7.0, which gives us over 2 hours of extra fuel. Space Dandy.
Hashtag diaper bits.
Dude, I haven't gone to Oshkosh. Oshkosh is next month, man. Thank you very much for the bits, dude. I appreciate it. And Uberbot, thank you for 30 months, dude. I got to resubscribe to Moontune and get my Poggy Woggy back. Thank you very much, though, man. I appreciate it. We had a good time last week. Gonna be a hermit for the next 2 weeks in California. You got a laptop, though, right, dude? All right, so that's done. Let's then go to the perf page, and we'll grab our V speeds. 1 plus F. V1, 141. Rotate is 148. And V2 is 151. Transition is 18,000. And we're going to be 1/0.2. And our flex is going to be 70 for this takeoff. All comes out of the computer. Good. We can close that. Okay, so we've done the flight plan. We've done the perf. We've done the init. We've done the init. We've done the perf. Let's come dump our transponder in here. So we're 1442, 1442. Good. On. Good. Good. TARA. Fantastic. Let's call it a pushback truck. Oh, I need to rebind these keys, don't I? Better pushback. That's good enough for me.
Grounded cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Boy, that was loud.
Grounded cockpit, tow is driving up.
Oh. Can I do audio in here? Okay, well, we'll just kind of, I guess we'll leave that alone. All right, let's pop the GPU. Ooh, GPU needs to come on before this thing connects. So I forgot they'll disconnect my GPU. Go! Go! Quickly, please.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Yeah, don't do that yet. Oh boy. It's a race between her and the APU. Arlen McDerry, how you doing? Arlen McDory, welcome aboard. Okay. Okay. APU's online.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, I screwed that up, but we're still fine. Alright, you can take away the ground power now. Aircraft can note ground services. Yep, gone. Alright, let's do park brake off. She'll start pushing.
Starting pushback. And
who surpassed me in donations? Oh, you're tied right now with LA Marcus. Space Dandy. Yeah, you guys are both tied at 1,000. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Centigrade, how you doing? Tuba Flight. Good to see it. I've had flight plans on Sibley before where there is an airport as part of the route. How do you deal with that? I don't know. I think you just put the airport in there and just keep on going. It should work. Because you set your departure and your destination on your init page, not on the flight plan page. I think you can just put an airport on the flight plan page and it should just deal with it. But I've never run into that before, so I don't actually know. All right, ignition on. Fluids are down, or the air's down. We got some pressure here. Let's start engine number 2. I can't turn her down.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
It's so loud. I could make her go out. Oh, I can make her go out different output. Yeah, there we go.
It's war.
This one I found. Thanks for the bits, man. Cheers, buddy. I appreciate it. I hope you haven't been drinking tonight. FSC Tony B, how you doing, man? It's good to see you, buddy. Didn't see you this week. Were you there? Or this weekend? Were you there?
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
It didn't work with my. It was supposed to use a different output. How's Kitten Streeter? Baby's doing fantastic. She's cranky, and did not want to stay up today, so we don't get to see her, unfortunately. I took a picture though, or had my wife take a picture. Let me see if I can get that synced up real quick while we're starting engine 1. Do 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 do. There you go.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Her shirt says "Let's avocado," and it's a picture of an avocado. It's pretty cool. And then you're wanting a melon. 3 minutes after this picture was taken, I would knock this entire glass of water down on the floor, because that's how I roll. But yeah, dude, baby's doing fantastic. She's good. She's a pain in the ass, but it's cool. But yeah, she goes to sleep pretty early. All right, let's get some air on. Get some sound up there. Okay, we can turn the APU off. Beacon is already on. Strobe to auto. Runway turn off lights are on. Nose to taxi. That's good. Seatbelt signs on. And we need the trim to go to down 0.2. Oh no, I lost my whole route. Oh, you piece of crap. Damn it. It's a big route too. That happened when I did because I turned the damn Jeep, I turned the APU gen off. Well, if you wanted to learn how to program an Airbus McDo, this is going to be your stream. We get to do it 3 times tonight. Third, of course, being for the second leg. Oh, gosh. What? Victor 186 to it's me. Victor 264 to Pomona. I had a feeling that was going to happen because I shouldn't hit the damn button. I couldn't remember if you had to turn it because the bleed you have to turn on, but the generator's automatically on, and I couldn't remember which was which. Checklist, right? Flight plan all the way up. Clear up discontinuity. Good. In it 65. Why not? Okay, so it's got most of the perf data. Hopefully it's got all the weights and stuff already programmed. Because it won't let me set those now. I guess we'll find out. Whatever, man. It's a short flight. We're not going very high. One, 4, 8. 1, 5, 1. 18,000. And that's all fine. Good. I think we're okay. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, 1442 is set. That's good still. We are 2995. Cleared up to 5,000 feet. Yes, yes. It's all set for managed? Okay. Check the cabin. Spoilers to armed. Takeoff config test. Right rudder. Left rudder. Left aileron. Right aileron. Pull back. Full forward. One change I need to make is this needs to come out. It's going to be 290. Good.
10 Alpha for 3.
Okay, 216.
Santa Barbara Tower.
And Tower's 240.
Bravo and 25 ready for departure. Actually, Alpha, sorry about that.
All right, we're good. Super Viking, Adam, thank you very much for 24 months support. Cheers, my friends. I'm actually out of beer. Fly Bat 64, good to see you.
SoCal departure, moving 183 Tango Whiskey at 1,800, climbing 3,000 via SID.
That guy's on a mission. Little Southwest taxi. Spin Espionage, good to see it. Morning from runway 34 right in Sydney. Hello from Boston. Happy Saturday to you. Soupy C, welcome aboard.
Santa Barbara
Right rudder sim, good to see it.
705
I think we got them all right.
with information on
Captain Obvious, good to see you.
request a flight following to Burbank, 1,500 along
Out
the
of beer
coast.
before takeoff. Yeah, it's all right, man. We'll be fine. Focus a little bit on this first one because it's been a while.
1 Tango Whiskey, Santa Barbara departure, with a contact, climb and maintain 6,000. Number 705 Juliet Alpha, Santa Barbara clearance on departure, fly runway heading.
No.
Maintain VFR at below 1,500.
I gotta wait for our clearance to get read back now. Kylex, good to see it.
Squawk 3333.
That guy's probably different
Upon
different
departure,
scenery as
fly
me.
runway heading, maintain 1,500 or below. So, departure frequency 120.5, squawk free.
I guess technically I should be over here, but whatever. St. Louis ground, Spirit Wing 717, terminal with uniform for taxi.
Space Wing 7717, runway 29 at taxi via Alpha.
29 or Alpha, Spirit Wing 717. Yeah, clear right.
November 3 Tango Whiskey, turn left, direct San Marcos.
All right. Harmer, good to see you, my friend. Hello, Dad. Twitter. How you doing, buddy? Baby's doing fantastic.
Not going to be direct to San Marcos.
Baby's in a little bit of sleep regression right now. She's not sleeping much during the day, and she's having trouble falling asleep at night. She's more interested in rolling over and trying to crawl than she is actually getting to sleep at the moment. And it's very testing on Mrs. Cat.
Band 59, departure 29.
Runway 59, somewhere south, flight runway heading runway 29, clear for takeoff, wind 300.
Piper Hawk, how you doing, man?
Clear for takeoff 29, on the runway heading left band 59.
Hey, you won the Zebo.
Santa Monica Tower, light support 195 Papa Sierra is midfield.
What's my favorite, Airbus or Boeing? I don't really care. I generally prefer flying Airbus, but I don't really mind either way.
Runway 21, clear for the option, light support 5 Papa Sierra.
Light sport.
1 Tango Whiskey, traffic 10 o'clock, 3 miles, crossing left.
Rebel 95, good to see it.
It's 5,500. United 576, squawk altitude, contact departure.
Sorry about that, squawk
Flight factor, yeah. Well, I guess we'll probably due to try to take that 757 up again. Here goes Max. Max, are you in the FS Labs or are you in the flight factor? Airbus is faster to set up. It's about once you get adept at both of them, it's about the same, honestly. Like I'm reasonably good at setting up both of them. What's in front of me? BE-33. Boy, listen to those IAE engines. Don't they sound fantastic?
Tower, Bonanza 317 Tango is holding short of 29, ready to go.
Boeing man, good to see it. How you doing? See ya. Dude, it's been a while since I flew like a modern airliner. Probably 2-3 weeks at least. Probably close to a month now. Because the last time I did the Friday stream was in the 732. Caution prop watch for departing Beechcraft. Nice vacuums, yeah. You like them? See the wing moving there. It's a little breezy out.
Front band 59.
Urban 59, set over departure, very contact, climb and maintain 8,000. United 576, contact Los Angeles.
It's certainly not the worst sounding airplane that I've heard. It's actually, this plane is vastly improved from when it was released. I really enjoy this thing now.
Money Street Tango Whiskey, advise when you have some area weather and approach to plan.
Excuse me. We're going to start this already, aren't we?
317 Tango, make left downwind departure, runway 29, clear for takeoff, wind 300 at 13.
Delta for the wind says.
Make a left downwind departure for 3.
Don't ever leave the airport.
Rockland 59, turn right, direct, Palmdale.
How does realism of this compare to the Flight Factor A320? I don't know. I've never flown an Airbus. I couldn't tell you.
Rockland 59,
My opinion is that this one flies better. and the flight factor sounds better. And systems-wise, I think this is a little bit better, but I don't actually know. I generally prefer flying the Toliss nowadays.
Minute 576 Los Angeles Center, climb and maintain, flight
Let's
level
go to tower,
310.
shouldn't we? And then departure 2055.
310, Monia 3 Tango Whiskey, do you have an operation plan?
Okay, wait for his approach request, and we'll let him know we're holding short.
Monia 3 Tango Whiskey, Joshua, descending now through 5400.
Toliss has got a complete holding function. Oh man, that might be too soon. San Luis Tower, Spirit Wing 717, holding short 29er.
Monia 3 Tango Whiskey, would you like to continue this flight as a normal flight, or would you like to restart?
Sanchez, how you doing, man? Stan, are we gonna play some Mordhau later tonight? I need to bash some heads in, I think. Happy Friday, dude. Hold short runway 29er, Spirit Wing 717. Awaiting IFR release. I miss flying proper airliners. It's good. It's good feeling. Yeah, dude. I was thinking about. There's been a few times I've been wanting to fire it up, but I just haven't. I ended up vegging on the couch right here behind me and playing video games all weekend or all week.
Wings 717, runway 29, clear for takeoff, wind 300 at 11.
We have takeoff from a 29er, Spirit Wing 717. All right. Lights are set. Meet the flight attendant. Camera set. It's good. It's good. And then action. You can. Yep. Okay. Let's go flying. On departure, runway heading to 5,000. Oh, I gotta reinstall textures, don't I? Engine's up and stable. Man, flex 70. Power set. Airspeed.
Sorry, I'll take off my having issues with it.
100.
Not responding today.
V1. Positive rate. Gear.
Yeah, 1927 Hotel, we're going to make a turn go on the TAP 10. Location is the GA parking. Operating taxi for takeoff with information Bravo for North Dominant route.
Hotel, runway 29 left, taxi via Alpha Golf.
29 left, Alpha
They could
Golf.
use a little bit better sound still.
Wings 717, contact center over departure.
Departure 717, we'll see it.
I do copy your CATA request.
Okay, about to climb. Departure Spirit Wing 717, 2,300 climbing 5,000.
Spirit Wing 717, stop over departure. Radar contact, climb and maintain 8,000.
8,000, Spirit Wing 717.
More remotes for people.
This is not found. Thank you very much for the bits, man. I really do appreciate it. Cheers, buddy. And apparently, thanks for all the emotes that you're giving out there. Was it 8,000 I was clear to? I think it was 8. All right. Have takeoff, gear up, lights are out. Speed brakes off, auto brakes off. Lights are set.
Turn right, direct San Marcos. Contact Los Angeles Center 135.5.
Okay, right turn direct San Marcos, Spirit Wing 717. Taking the frequency?
135.5.
And 35.5, Spirit Wing 717.
November 1 to Sierra Mike, cat 7 is a bus, taxi to parking via Alpha this frequency.
Alright, start the right turn now. It's the outer marker, which we don't really care about.
Retard. Retard. Retard.
Departure Spirit Wing 717, 5,500, climbing 8,000.
Spirit Wing 717, Los Angeles Center, climb and maintain 1,000.
11,000, Spirit Wing 717. Just keep the turn going.
American 2040 Quebec Tower, runway 27, clear for takeoff, wind 220.
Once we're a little bit closer, we'll just we'll fire up and go direct.
LA Center, yeah, 56. Can't remember if you told us 210 or 230 before.
There is 576, climb and maintain, flight level 310, 310.
310, yeah, 5665.
It's a nice climb. Okay, we can come down here now. Direct. RZS.
X11, San Bernardino ground, good evening, quarter request, standby.
Insert. And that should automatically go to manage mode. Okay, so we're managed. Direct RZS, nav, open climb. Put her in VNav mode. There we go. Move that back to arc. Zoom it out a touch. And we'll take our terrain off now. We go. I think the weather radar on this thing does work.
X11, advise ready.
I don't know. Just turn it on or auto, right? One. Sure.
X11, clear to Tucson Airport via
Not if there's any weather out there.
Departure procedure to Paradise.
Excuse me?
Direct Palm Springs. Then as filed. Maintain 6,000. Expect flight level 3705 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 135.4. Squawk 3653.
Okay, well, that just kind of continuity was there, but it's gone now. 11,000 for speed up to 340 indicated. I like it. I like it. Barney Pate, thanks for 6 months, man. I appreciate it. Cheers, my friend.
Is that correct?
You're all breathtaking. It's 8-bit. Good to see it. This you're not found. Thanks again for the bits, man. I really do appreciate it. Earned a new 100K bits badge. Holy crap, dude. Thank you. I'm gonna make some custom bit badges at some point soon. The Jalome, good to see it. How you doing? All right, welcome to cruise. Half an hour at 11,000 feet over SoCal. This will be fun.
Retard.
Jayla Morris TV, thanks for 6 months, my friend. Half a year, a week away from first solo. Dude, that's awesome. Congratulations. Cheers, man.
4770.
How many hours are you up to? So, Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you guys missed it, last week was the Electronics Entertainment Expo, better known as E3, and Microsoft during their conference showed off a whole bunch of video games, as they are wont to do. And this year, one of the things they showed off was the new Flight Simulator. So it's a quick trailer. There's been a lot of speculation over what is amounted to a quick trailer, but it looks pretty. It looks super nice. If you look at some of the details inside the cockpits of the airplane, they definitely look better than their predecessors. There's a Airbus style FMS that you can see in one of the shots. The question remains as to whether that's actually a modeled FMS or if it's just like a overlay on top of that thing. That being said, I am not super concerned with how good the default airplane experience is, because I think that product is very important for getting people into flight simulation. One of the things that we want to do is we want to try to get more people into flight simming, and the best way to do that is to have a very successful game on PC and Xbox that a lot of people can sort of access and start with. And guys like us will go out there and stream that. and do stuff on there, and hopefully we'll be able to do add-ons and things like that, and it'd be awesome if we could get PilotEdge on there. But to do that and then try to bring more people into sort of our world of flight simulation. We're a very, very, very small part of this community, and I would love nothing more than to see more people, if only for my own selfish purposes, jump in and have a good time with this stuff. So I am very optimistic about a new flight simulator from Microsoft. I think there's a lot of serious potential there, and I want to see it succeed, and I want to see it do well. I said the same thing about the Flight Sim World by Dovetail that came out a couple of years ago, and we sort of see where that went. But there's also a big difference between Dovetail Games and Microsoft Game Studios. So I'm going to hope that they learned their lesson with Microsoft Flight. They will not repeat those mistakes. One of the things, I don't know how many of you guys actually got a chance to ever fly Microsoft Flight, but one thing I will tell you about that is it looked fantastic. Okay, it looked really, really nice, and it ran beautifully, man. It ran so good compared to its predecessor, and even compared to some of the other stuff that we've seen. So like that alone has me feeling pretty good. Plus, then like building ortho and all that stuff directly into the game engine, so that the big maps data is feeding what you see out the window, which also means that you'll get whatever 3-dimensional buildings and stuff they got modeled. Like, I think there's a lot of really, really, really good potential. I hope they open it up to third-party development the same way that they have that other sims have, because that's if they open up for third-party development, then we're set, man. We are good to go. Like, even if you have to sell DLC through their storefront, people will bellyache and complain and blah blah blah. But if there's 2 million people that are playing Flight Simulator 10, and there's 200,000 people that are playing X-Plane 11, like, which one are you going to go after? Like, you're going to go after the big dog, even if you got to sell through their store. Unless you're Robert Randazzo and you're so far removed from society, then you won't care. But I think that it represents a very, very, very good thing for us. Now, there's a lot of speculation on what is like a 3-minute long trailer. I know there was some words that were said about it here and there, but pretty much everything that people are thinking about, everything people are talking about, is a direct result of the 3 or 4 minute long trailer that was showed at E3. So I'm gonna take my usual very firm wait and see attitude towards things. In the meantime, we have a fantastic sim in front of us. We have amazing planes for the sim. We have a Vulcan update in the works that looks like it's going to offer some fairly significant performance improvements, especially for those that are using AMD. And I think there's a lot of stuff for us to be excited about right now and in the near future, rather than sitting around and obsessing over what's going to come, a year from now. Like, realistically, Microsoft Flight Simulator is probably going to be an Xbox Project Scarlet launch title, which means that it won't even be out until holiday 2020. Like, I can almost guarantee you that's because, like, airplanes and cars are two things people know. And if they can release a new console that has an airplane game and a car game, especially one that's showing like real photoreal scenery and all that stuff, like, they're going to do that. So I wouldn't expect to see anything for a year and a half at least. Chili Willis, how you doing, Will? It's good to see you, man. Sorry we didn't get to talk at Expo, man. I saw you briefly, but you were kind of off doing your own thing. I think a lot of people want to support VATSIM and PilotEdge in some way. Yeah, a lot of our kind of people would. There's going to be a huge subset of people out there that aren't going to care about any of that. But those are the kind of people that we want to find a way to reach, to market, and say, listen, if you like this, there's other cool stuff that you can do too. But a lot of it depends on what the third-party support is. So, and they have said nothing. They have said nothing. So anything that's been written in giant forum posts is all conjecture and speculation. Like, nobody really knows anything. Nobody knew this was going to happen. Like, it was a total surprise, I think, for pretty much everybody going into this week. That's for sure. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Flight Simulator. I'm very happy with what we have for now. My sim is actually running really, really well right now. We're getting 50 to 60 frames a second. And I'm pretty sure we're going to, and I actually bumped up some settings and whatnot too. So I'm pretty sure we're going to be a little bit higher heading into LAX as well. Temps are low. Fan speeds are low. Let's see here. What do we got going on? The CPU temperature is currently rocking. Where's it at here? The package temperature is 57 Celsius. Very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. The fans are running. These fans peak out at 1,500 RPMs. They're running at not even 1,100. The machine itself is not doing much. And then the GPU is running at 70% right now. 70%, and actually it is running full speed at the moment too. So computer is running very well. I'm happy with the new machine. I'm happy now that I finally have it, up and running and set up in a way that is solid. Am I flying the Airbus again? .NET Engineer, I am. We are flying the Toliss A319. We haven't flown this thing for a while. A little loud once you come outside here. Even PMDG didn't know that, and it says something at least. Yeah, well, PMDG is also, we think that PMDG is this big, this big monumental company, but remember that PMDG tried to buy Flight Simulator and got outbid by Dovetail. So that should put some perspective into how big PMDG is in the grand scheme of things. I wouldn't put too much salt in their in their influence over much of anything outside of the AVSIM forums.
2527.
Just saying.
59.
Dan Vermont, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. That's a good livery, man. It's one of the default liveries too.
Rock Band 59 50190.
Ruthless Sarah, how you doing? We're at 11K because that's what the tech route is that we filed. And the tech route that we filed brings us down here at 11,000 feet.
14 Rock Band 59.
We should have filed what Max filed and get a little higher up there. Get a little higher, and he's going to get in probably a little sooner than us too. Max, what's your ETA, dude? Yeah, dude, it looks good, buddy. Like it looks the weather systems they showed look pretty good. The airplanes look pretty good. The obviously the ground textures and all that stuff. Like it like visually looked pretty stunning. It was a nice demo. But whatever, we'll see. It's gonna be a year and a half. It's gonna be a year and a half till we see anything. So it's my guess. In the meantime, like I said, we've got some fantastic simulators. Space Data, thanks for the 100 bits, by the way. I missed that, dude. Have plenty of games to be excited about in the near future. Anyway, D2 Shadowkeep, Borderlands 3, new Zelda game. Yeah, dude, the new so the Zelda 2 remake, I assume is what you're talking about. That game looks sweet, man. That game looks really good. I'm so hyped up after this E3. Like, there's so many cool games that are coming out in the next year that I'm just like, I have to play those games. I'm absolutely over the moon with this particular year. And it's funny because you came in here thinking there's not going to be any games this year. There's nothing to release. And Microsoft and Nintendo both had a great showing, I think. And you get a little bit of hype and whatnot built about the new consoles coming out next year, and it's going to be good. Are we calling this FS11 since it's the 11th version of MSFS? I don't know. People are calling it Flight Simulator 2020 right now. That's the moniker I've been seeing thrown around. Dovetail, we make quality products with a K. 20 minutes out in the TVM. I'm 20 minutes out in the Airbus right now. We're showing 19 minutes at estimated time en route. Max is showing 17 minutes. Oh, well, so we're all going to get there pretty much the same time then. I'd tell Max to pull his speed back, but I know that he won't do that. JBS 319, how you doing, man? It'll be a year and a half till it comes out, but we see him more long before then. Yeah. I would imagine we'll definitely see more at E3 next year. But we'll probably start to see some stuff filter out by the end of this year or beginning of next year. Like, I think Gamescom, Microsoft usually has a presence at. They've usually got a presence at PAX. We might see something at PAX West, but I would assume that we're not going to see much until PAX East next year. Assuming they're on track for a late 2020 release. The official name, Microsoft presents Flight Simulator 2020 powered by Microsoft Azure. There you go. My niece was born about 2. Well, what are you doing here, JBS? You should be out seeing the niece, shouldn't you? Good to have you, though. Happy Friday. Get ready to have your doors blown off by the 75, the 75 the next day. Yeah. You gonna fly along with us, Lumber? Now that you've got a real, now that you've got a real working schedule. Yeah, there's beta signups and all that stuff for it as well. I put my hat in the ring, but I don't know. Wait and see. Whatever, man. I'm super happy with what we got right now. Everybody likes to focus on the things that's coming tomorrow, the things that's down the road. And I'm like, we got some good stuff today. You know, I love this airplane. First of all, I do have a whole backlog of stuff I still have to cover, man. I got more planes to fly, and not enough time to fly them. So now we're 30 to 35. Okay. As we come into the LA basin, things start to get a little bit lower on the frames. It's still running pretty well though. Brother said not to come over today, so I'll meet her tomorrow. Okay. Oh, dude, I totally understand. Yeah. We pretty much told everybody, like, please don't show up the day that my daughter was born. We had limited, like, very close family that came over, but even then it was for a very brief amount of time. Then it was, all right, guys, it's time to get out of here. Come back tomorrow. Do the Embraer family. We'll get there eventually. I will one of these days fly the Embraer. All right, let's get some destination data in here.
717, contact local approach 134.2.
34.2, Spirit Wing 717. All right, 34. Local approach, Spirit Wing 717, 11,000.
Number 1 and 5, Papa Sierra Hotel Tower, make left 360, runway 25, clear for takeoff.
Okay, 24,175 for the Addons.
Between 717 local approach, runway altimeter to 990.
90.
American 2040, contact local approach 124.9.
Okay, 2417. 2417.
American 2040, contact local approach 124.9.
124.9, American 2040.
Number 9, Bravo Sierra traffic 10 o'clock, 3 miles northbound, altitude indicates 2,700.
Okay, we don't have it yet.
Alright, looking for traffic scan on 79 Scout, 79 Bravo Sierra.
We'll just keep it on there till we pick it up. It's all line of sight stuff, so I guess we don't have line of sight on the airport just yet.
7,500.
Soon, though. Actually, we'll just grab what's on ADSB here and plug that in. So, perf. We'll pull it off the ye old iPad.
Depart Sail Beach 340, American 2040.
All right, 2990.
Number 80991, Fulton Tower, enter right base. To runway 24, clear to land.
Temperature is 28. Ooh, it's hot. I guess that's not terribly hot, but that's still warm. 260 at 06. Yeah. Transition.
59's at 16 for me, jacket 14.
Yeah, no decision height. We're probably going to fly just a visual approach in there.
Visual approach, runway 24.
There we go, visual 24 is what he's expecting. So good there?
CPM 1 Tango Sierra, contact local approach 135.4.
Alright. Let's look out the window.
135.440, Tango Sierra.
Enjoy these stunning SoCal views as we come over the basin.
SoCal approach TBM 401 Tango Sierra, level 9,000.
CPM 41 Tango Sierra, local approach, advising we have some information goals. Expect visual approach.
K. Smith PE. How you doing, Keith? It's good to see you, man. The Keith upsetometer is hopefully docile tonight. We have golf.
Climb VAC, except maintain 3,000. Expect 6,005 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 120.55. Block 7466 for the ITAS.
Few clouds at 8,000. Temperature 28. Dew point 10. Altimeter 2990. Arriving and departing runway 24. Visual approaches in use.
Okay.
Read backhaul runway assignment and hold short instructions. Advise on the initial contact you have information golf.
Got it. We have golf. I love that. All the land site radio stuff. It's pretty cool.
Has golf on board.
Thanks.
Keith says he stinks from class. Well, it happens. Don't limit yourself to just your class though. It's good to see you, man. Ice Day 383, how you doing, buddy? Paint's peeling off the car. Hey Keith, when we gotta go flying, dude? I might have some more flexibility soon to get away. The thing that we talked about last week went through, so we're good. We'll talk about it more next week once I've figured out how to broach the subject. Get in line, right? Yeah, you know what? You gotta take Keith up in the jet so that he can experience actual speed for once. Get him out of that slow ass Lancer. Just call it a day there.
Number 5 Papa Sierra clears Los Angeles Bravo Air.
A little hazy here as we get close. Disco Crab, how you doing, buddy? Hey, listen, this is after years of Keith giving Max crap because the Lancer was faster than the SR-22, so gotta throw some salt. Listen, I'm gonna show up in the 172, so I can't really say much about speed. NASCAR, I'm doing pretty well, man. How are you doing? Flying to Oshkosh on Wednesday. It's the wrong time of year for that, man. You're a month early.
130 and 9,000, Rock Band 59.
Jetfire, how you doing? Good to meet you as well, man. Happy Friday. Pretty soon, we're gonna start getting knocked down.
SoCal approach, scanning SoCal 799 Bravo 2. Just checking, am I cleared into the Bravo?
Always better to ask.
All military is called. TPM 1 Tango Sierra, descend and maintain 7,000.
It's always bringing up the rear.
7,000.
A month early to start. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, right. Because you got all that good stuff. Keith, are you going to Oshkosh this year?
Am I cleared in the class Bravo?
I know you were kind of. If I recall, you were on the fence.
If you're not cleared on the class Bravo airspace, you do not make a request for that.
Uh-oh. Denied.
Okay, so I was on the transition. Do you want me to continue on the transition or what?
Just for setup. Oh, that's too bad.
You cannot join a transition to class Bravo without having...
You're going to be home for your wife's birthday for the first time in how many years?
So you do not continue. Also, you're in the violation of the class Bravo now.
It's alright, man.
It's going to be a non-pass grade.
Look, Osh just happened. Yeah, tell me about it, man. It's been a very, very, very busy, very busy year. 6 years. Anyone gonna be there from PilotEdge? Probably not. Excuse me, holy crap.
American 2040, 2 miles from Honda, maintain 3,600 until established on the localizer.
Oh, not kidding.
Runway 25 left approach.
There's a lot of activity down here today. This guy going into LAX. We're gonna have some general aviation stuff down below us. Verity, how you doing, man? Happy Friday. It's good to see you. Doing a trip to Oklahoma 2 weeks before Oshkosh. Gotcha. Jay Pilot, good to see you as well. How was Expo? Expo was awesome, man. Had a great time. I was only able to be there for one night, or one day, I should say. I was in Florida for 2 nights, but it was fantastic. We had a really, really good time. It was good to meet everybody, shake some hands, talk to some people. It was fun. I made you yawn. I'm sorry. I'm working on it, man. I'll get myself a nice cocktail here once we're on the ground, because we're flying to Tucson next.
Take a look at the coastal route chart, see where it starts. It starts about 10 miles north of Los Angeles. So you need to backtrack north and climb to the published altitude. Cat 1 is a non-passing grade. If you want to do coastal route now, we can, but it's going to be a normal flight, not a check ride.
Uh-oh.
Alright,
kissing hands and shaking babies.
Come back later tomorrow, that's right.
That's terrible.
Have a good night.
You too. Hopefully.
How do you feel about Mongolian barbecue? Big fan of Mongolian barbecue.
American 2040, contact Los Angeles Tower 120.95.
Anything that involves giant piles of meat, I'm all for it. But it's probably not going to be.
Contact local approach 135.4.
35-4, Spirit Wing 717.
Rock band 59, descend and maintain 6,000.
6,000, rock band 59.
Probably not Max's thing though.
American 2040, Los Angeles Tower, and 5 left, clear to land, wind 250 at 13.
We have Golf. Approach, Spirit Wing 717, 11,000, Golf.
Spirit Wing 717, local approach, descend and maintain 7,000, advise when you have information. Golf, expect visual approach, runway 24.
7,000, we've got Golf, we'll expect that, Spirit Wing 717.
November 27 Hotel taxi to parking via Alpha this frequency.
Alright, set our way down. Might take her a few seconds to slow down here. It's fine though. Can always pull the boards out if we need to.
2183 Tango Whiskey number tower and 25.
Ian, thanks for gifting a sub to Arlen McDory. I don't have anything. I spilled all the water. Oh, here's a little bit. Cheers. Thank you guys very much for your support. I appreciate it. I'm officially out of things to drink on my desk. They both have the magic letters BBQ. Yeah. Cream barbecue's all right.
59, reduce speed to 170, then descend and maintain 5,000.
Yeah, we're trying 170 and then 5,000, rock band 59.
Oh man, he had to go way out there.
November 1 Tango Sierra, flight heading 070,
We down enough alcohol in Florida. Yeah, you're probably right. We did drink. There was a lot of alcohol that was consumed at that Airbnb in Florida. I don't think I took any pictures of the pile, but it was impressive, to say the least. I'm guessing seven people? 7 people went through probably 40 or 50 cans of beer. Conservative estimate. It's a good time. We had a really good night Friday night. Tucson, Arizona. Yeah, dude, that's where we're going. Close enough, right? All right. Got Ontario over here while nobody ever goes. A little kind of wispy layer here, too. It's nice and hazy. LaCroix futures were up at our place. Uberbot says he did all his drinking for the year that night. Yeah, I think you and Stealth Bob both. I took it nice and easy. I knew I had to get up in the morning and go, be productive all day. A couple of guys looked like death though on Saturday morning, that's for sure. Good times. Oh, that is pretty. That might be the shot right there for the night.
One ticket here looking.
Okay, I'm guessing Tower is going to be next. So Tower is 1945. Still got some work to do to get us down, though.
Rockband 59, contact San Bernardino Tower 119.45.
1945, Rockband 59.
Okay, so Max is on Tower. Ian's in front of me somewhere. There's Ontario. Thought I'd go in there too, because again, nobody ever goes there. Darren 8630, we are flying Spirit Wings tonight. Josh, how you doing, my friend? Happy Friday, Josh. It's good to see you as well. Briefly, I didn't get to see you too much. You guys were all busy hanging out at was that a call from me? You guys were all pretty busy at Max's booth there.
300 and 050 for 401 tickets here.
Rockband 59, San Bernardino Tower, runway 24. With the land, winds 250 at 6.
Alright, pay attention here.
Speed wings 717, fly heading 060, descend and maintain 5000, select the full approach.
Okay, 060, 5000, Spirit Wing 717.
American 2040, join hotel to Papa, cross runway 25, right at Papa. TBM 1 Tango Sierra, San Bernardino Airport, 11 o'clock at 10 miles, report inside.
Field in sight, TBM 401.
Think about speed limits and whatnot here. I think we're going to be okay. I don't think we have to get below 200 just yet.
End of the left downwind, clear on the visual for 24401, take us here.
I think it's only the surface. The surface, is it just the surface, Charlies, where you've got speed limits? I think so. We'll start getting her slowed down pretty soon, though, because we have to deal with the Class Delta speed limit in a moment. I always forget Class Charlie, Class Charlie limits there. Activate the approach phase.
17 Tango, traffic 2 o'clock, 3 miles northwestbound. Altitude indicates 10.
4 nautical miles up to 2,500 feet. Gotcha. Cosmic R5, thanks for 3 months, man. Appreciate it. And many more months to come. Cheers, my friend. I'm out. For now. One last sip there. Alright, approach phase is activated. That's all coming down.
717, reduce speed to 170.
170, Spirit Wing 717.
TBM 1 Tango Sierra, contact San Bernardino Tower, 119.45.
Over to Tower 1, take us here.
First notch your flaps out.
Spirit Wing 717, traffic to follow 12 o'clock, 8 miles, TBM at 4,500. Do you have it on site?
Looking for him, Spirit Wing 717, negative. That's landing.
Departures. Mooney 183 Tango Whiskey at 3,000.
Mooney 183 Tango Whiskey, sent over departure via contact, climb and maintain 6,000.
Up to 6,000, 3 Tango Whiskey.
TBM 401 Tango Sierra, San Bernardino Tower, runway 24, clear to land, wind 250 at 6.
Traffic's in front of me somewhere.
American 2040, taxi to gate via Papa Charlie, monitor ground, have a good day.
Probably gonna run him over here in a second. Stay right there.
Spirit Wing 717, reduce speed to 150.
150, Spirit Wing 717. Okay, flaps 2. Ah, we're starting to get some drag. Alright, that's done. That's done. Good. Lights are set.
Spirit Wing 717, San Bernardino Airport, 11 o'clock and 8 miles. Do you have the airport inside?
I have the airport, Spirit Wing 717.
Spirit Wing 717, clear visual approach. Runway 24, do not exceed 150 knots to 5 mile final.
Visual approach runway 24 and 150 knots or less until 5 mile final, Spirit Wing 717.
Spirit Wing 717, contact San Bernardino Tower, 119.45.
Tower 1945, Spirit Wing 717. Okay. Airport elevation, 1,200 feet. Bring this down to 2,700 or so. Put us in a nice pattern. Pattern altitude, I should say.
San Luis Tower, Cessna 2 Kilo Alpha midfield.
Roger. Cessna 2 Kilo Alpha, runway 29, clear for the option.
Clear for the option.
Ian out there. I got Ian in the box in front of me. I don't have him visually, but I do have him on TCAS. San Bernardino Tower, Spirit Wing 717, visual 2-4.
Spirit Wing 717, San Bernardino Tower, runway 24, clear to land, number 2 following a TBM on a 3 mile left base.
Good land, number 2, runway 24, Spirit Wing 717. Gengish. Thank you very much, man. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Appreciate it. I don't have anything to cheers with. Steaks, thanks for 4 months, man. Sucks I missed you last week and saw you about 3 times around the bar. Missed you every time. Oh, man, you should have come up, like, you should just come up tap my shoulder, dude. Sorry, buddy.
Brando 17 Tango, contact Los Angeles Center, 125.27.
Right. There's the airport.
0.27, 25, 27.
Okay, he's on his base turn now. Just keep it nice and easy coming down. I don't actually know how to fly a visual approach in this airplane. Like, I don't know the proper sequences and whatnot of when you should do, like, the timings and all that. Oh, I totally survived tap on the show. Yeah, you should say something, man. Like I said, even if I was sitting down having dinner, well, say hi to me. If I need to, trust me, if I have to get away, I'm going to get away. But for the most part, like when I'm on the show floor, like that's why I'm there. I lost him on TCAS. Did you crash, Ian? All right, let's do that.
353 Whiskey holding short of runway 15, ready for departure IFR.
Oh, there you are.
Whiskey Baroque Tower, runway 15, clear for takeoff, wind 150 at 8.
Still don't see him. We should be at the game right now.
353
HTCSLs are tough to spot. Okay, we'll crank her around here. Checked. I guess we should be stable and final at 1,000 feet, but whatever. We're flying the fun approach today. My throttles.
TBM 1 Tango Sierra taxi to parking via Alpha, this frequency, have a good night.
Parking Alpha with you, TBM 401 Tango Sierra, thanks for your help.
There it is. We'll call this stable enough.
3539 Whiskey, contact local departure.
Over to departure, 353 Whiskey.
Cessna 2 Alpha, runway 29, clear field.
Oh yeah, fun confirmed. That's a cool approach.
Clear for the options.
It's totally not how you're supposed to fly, but whatever. We're high right now, believe it or not. Okay, gear down 3 green, flaps down and indicated. Lights are set. Speed brake set, auto brake is set. We're landing.
500. 400. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30. Retard. 10. 5.
Cherokee 39 Whiskey, turn right heading 340, climbing and maintain 1000.
Okay, versus out. Decel. 100 knots. Manual braking.
Clearance, rock band 59 heavy, I button Houston.
Rock band 59 heavy, San Bernardino ground, clear to Tucson Airport via runway 24, departure procedure to Paradise, direct bump springs, then as filed, maintain 6000, expect flight level 3505 minutes after departure, departure frequency 135.4, block 4404, hold the read back for just a moment. Spirit Wings 717, taxi to terminal via Charlie Delta. This frequency, have a good day.
Charlie Delta with you, Spirit Wings 717. We'll talk to you in a few. Sendero, how you doing, Mike? It's good to see you, man. I think my FO approach just flew the fun approach to Denver as well. Fun approach Friday.
6, 35,
Nice.
5, 35, 4, score 40.
Ah, man, that was so good. Kiwi Hobo, thanks for 5 months. Josh, thanks for 30 months. That was butter. That was all right, man. And King of the North, thanks for 14 months. I'm out. We'll get you guys a proper cheers here in a few minutes. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. That was cool. That was a freaking cool approach, man.
2 miles parallel opposite direction. Altitude indicates 5,500.
Retard.
Cherokee 29 with Tickly, direct Lang.
Alright, let's see. Where are we going? Terminal's over there, it looks like. That was so cool, man. I love that. Watch out for that. That's 7.5 there. I'm guessing that must be Lumberhacks. Actually, 2 planes that are sitting right there. What's up, buddy? How you doing? I almost entered the pattern for REI. Well done, Ian. Me and Max are making love. Don't look. Yeah. And suddenly everybody wants to go from San Bernardino to Tucson.
And Lewis Tower says that Kilo Alpha is now midfield.
That's not the Kilo Alpha, only 29, clears for the option.
Clear for the option, says the Kilo Alpha. Do we need to make
jetway
one more
there.
pass for the Cat 3?
Guess
or
it
should I
kinda
go
is.
full stop landing?
There's a lot of taxi lines here.
So the Kilo Alpha, for the Cat 3, you would have to have requested it before the departure.
Guess we'll come over here.
How many laps have you made? You need 3 for the Cat 3.
Okay, so clear for the option, says the 2 Kilo Alpha. We'll make one more landing and then go one more time for a full stop.
Okay, make sure we're not blinding the ground crew, which we aren't.
We need to request Cat 3 before departure next time.
Turn Eugene off for a little bit. Oops. Start eyeballer in here. There we go. Yeah. Should turn the APU on before I parked here, but whatever. Not screw it. We'll just use ground power, ground air. Ground power. Let's see. We want to do Toliss, ISIS screen, ground services, external power, low pressure air. External power on. There we go. Seatbelt signs off. Oh, that's no smoking sign. Yeah. That's good stuff. That was a whole heap of fun. That was a really cool approach. I should have squared up the base turn a little bit. So, looking at the green here, I should have squared up my base turn and not like cranked it in quite so wildly to the sort of angle it in. But otherwise, I was pretty happy with that. That was a really neat approach to fly in there. Max came in sort of from the north, I think. He disconnected, so I can't see his path. But he came up from the north on that other path too, which would have also been very nice. All right. Well, you know the drill. I want to do another flight. If you guys are sticking around, we'll see you here in a couple minutes. If you're taking off, thanks for stopping. Or if you're taking off, thank you for stopping by. And yeah, back in like 5 minutes or so, and we'll grab clearance and all that for flight number 2 to make our way up to or down to Tucson, I should say, San Bernardino to Tucson. Because why the hell would you fly that?
Retard.
That's a good name for the stream tonight. Why the hell would you fly that route? Angry Pilot, thanks for 25 months, man. Been a while working like crazy. Hello, all. Good to see you, man. I don't have anything to cheers you with. We're going to fix that here in a moment, but thank you very much, dude. All right, folks, we'll be right back. Yeah, right back.
Delivery, this is Cessna 24 Bravo requesting VFR departure southbound with flight following for LAX coastal route.
Cessna 824 Bravo, German delivery tonight. Runway 17 Tango traffic, not active, passing half a mile to the right. Contact focal approach 135.4. Cessna 24 Bravo, Roger, you said coastal transition, which is going to be not westbound, but do you need to go southbound as your initial departure heading?
Cessna 24 Bravo looking for northbound through coastal route in LAX.
Cessna 24 Bravo, Roger, cleared on departure flight heading 230. Maintain VFR at below 2,400. Departure frequency 128.1. Squawk 1327.
Cessna 24 Bravo, fly heading 230, climb maintain 3,000 feet, stay below 2,400 feet. Contact at 155.1, squawk 1327, Cessna 24 Bravo.
Cessna 24 Bravo, departure frequency 128.1, 2810, rest of the back.
128.28, Cessna 24 Bravo.
San Luis Tower, Cessna Kilo Alpha, clear of runway 29er.
Cessna 24 Bravo, departure frequency 128.1. Cessna Kilo Alpha, got 3 is a pass, thanks for parking via Alpha, the frequency
1, Cessna 24 Bravo.
Taxi to parking via Altus frequency for Cessna 2 Kilo Alpha.
Bravo 317 Tango, Soco approach, El Monte Altimeter to 901. Cherokee 3539 Whiskey traffic at 12 o'clock, 6 miles left to right, A Bonanza at 1,500. Money 1 at 3 Tango Whiskey, contact Santa Maria Tower, 118.3.
Santa Barbara Tower, Mooney 183 Tango Whiskey. On final, we're going to go for the mist.
Money 1 at 3 Tango Whiskey, Santa Maria Tower, runway 30, continue, report missed approach.
Continue for the mist approach, 3 Tango Whiskey.
Here we go. Don't crank it in so wildly, just sort of angle it in. Instead, I said advice from Ty. Yeah. 122 Victor Uniform, how you doing, man? Hayden 0310, good to see you. And we're back. Acid Assassin. There's a name, good to see you. I think I actually saw Assassin in here earlier and I forgot to say hello. Darren 8630, good to see you. Norbert, welcome aboard. Coast Pilot, how you doing, man? Good to see you, Jeremy. Ryan 67, welcome aboard. What are we cheersing with tonight? I had a stout at first. Now I'm drinking a beer called a Lose. Lose? Hang on. Let me find out what this beer is. I just poured it. I forgot what it was. I think it's Lose. Or Luz.
Santa Maria Tower, 3 Tango Whiskey is going mist.
Lux, that's what it is. Pale ale with rye. It's okay.
Heading for the hold, contact departure 120.55.
Traffic alert, Cherokee C539 Whiskey traffic 10 o'clock.
Lux, there you go.
Crossing left to right.
That's what I'm having right now.
1000.
Our pale ale hopped singularly with mosaic hops and brewed with rye. A tropical escape to a sunnier state of mind. Paul Upham's favorite beer. This is apparently a somewhat limited release beer right now. Year round though, rotating. It's good. It's all right. It's not my favorite, but it's okay. It's different. It's a very hipster beer. Oh yeah, it's a super hipster beer at a very, very, very hipster brewery. I'll show you a picture of this place. 05. Yeah, this is the brewery itself, Bissell Brothers. Like this is as like hipster New England brewery as they possibly get. It's a pretty cool place though. They make some really good beers. Yeah, it's lacking a lot of body. Like you can definitely taste the rye and the sort of the malty chewiness of it, but it's sort of lacking that little bit of like extra. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, it's okay. Okay, so let's do some flight planning here. We'll use SimBrief for this one. SimBrief.com. Where do you? Dispatch. Oh, I have to log in.
Expect for the clearance 0120. Time now 0103.
I guess this actually is the first time I've used SimBrief, isn't it?
When you want to Tango Whiskey, expect for the clearance 0120 Zulu.
Do. All right. Create new flight. Airline NKS 717 KSBP KTUS. Aesthetic. Some serious hipster can marketing. Oh yeah, dude, they're all about the hipster cans. Like that whole place, like, that whole area. Portland, Maine is like that's the kind of beers they make up there. Angry Pilot, I said hello. Oh yeah, Angry Pilot, thanks for 25 months, man. And Air Fubar, thanks for 11 months. For the original hipster flight simmer. Cheers, man. I think I'm about as far from being a hipster as you could possibly. Well, aside from my love for craft beers and my flat cap, and I guess my beard, I'm definitely not a hipster. Thank you, man. Cheers. T-Craft, how you doing, man? Music Man for sure. Good to see you, Dan. What's going on, buddy? Clements, 2. Do you like any Danish beers? I'm not sure I've had any Danish beers, honestly. 2 kilograms, 319. Uh-oh. Unlock the air rack. Done. I put the wrong airport, didn't I? KSBD. San Bernardino. That's more like it. Is that really the route right there? All right. Palm Springs, J212, DCAS, J65, Blythe, J169, Salem, GBN. Good. The flat cap earns me a lot of hipster points. I know, but the thing is it works, man. That's the thing. If I started wearing a fedora, that'd be a different story. Carlsberg is Danish. I've not had Carlsberg. I will make it a point to look for Danish beer. I've been drinking, like I drink a lot of actual just like New England beers. We have a lot of really, really good stuff hanging around here. Okay, grab that. Down to the PilotEdge pre-file, IFR 717, 319, slightly more, 452. What? That's not very fast. SBD Tucson 35,000. I can deal with that. Phoenix, that route. File. All right. Thank you all for sticking around. Welcome to part 2. Flight from San Bernardino down to Tucson. Why the hell would anybody fly that? Because we want to.
Reference your airport diagram. Contact the appropriate frequency.
Go ahead and reference your airport diagram and contact the appropriate frequency. Ooh. That's harsh. Aircini, thank you very much for converting the sub. I guess it doesn't pop an alert up for that. It will once you get the resub, though. Flat caps are super Boston. They kind of are, aren't they? I don't know. It works. I gotta get a new hat, though. My hat's a little dingy. The worst thing with hipster fedoras is that they aren't actually fedoras. They're Triblies. Dr. Trenchcoat would be the kind of person that would know the difference between a fedora and a Tribly. Just saying. I actually didn't know that, though. That's actually kind of interesting. I have a fedora somewhere. My wife made me wear a fedora once. We went to like a 1920s themed dinner years ago, and so I had to dress up like a gangster, which apparently made me wear a fedora. And I felt absolutely ridiculous wearing that hat. KSBD / KTUS. Cool. All right. San Bernardino, grounds 121.8. Grumble, 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 grumble.
November 39 Whiskey, go ahead.
San Bernardino.
Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information hotel.
She sounds kind of stoned. San Bernardino Information Hotel, dude.
International Airport. 8 is Information Hotel. 0050 Zulu.
Yeah.
250 at 5. Visibility 7. Few clouds at 8,000. Temperature 28. Dew point 10. Altimeter 2989er. Arriving, departing runway 6. Visual approaches in use. Read back all
Excuse me?
Assignment and hold short instructions.
250 at 5, they just flipped the runways.
Contact, you have information hotel.
All right, whatever. Yeah, we got a hotel, man. Can you believe that? I won't say it. Fly heading 420. I don't know how to fly 420. What would 420 be? 060 is basically 420, right? You can go with that. You've dialed the 1-900 ATIS line, dude. For information whiskey, press 5. Whoa. All right. On the right frequency here, 21.8. Who are we calling up? San Bernardino. San Bernardino ground, good evening. Spirit Wing 717, IFR clearance Tucson.
Tire stream rip.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Spirit Wing 717. San Bernardino grounds on request standby.
Uh-oh. Well, that was a thing. Apparently all of Twitch just died. Yeah, it should be sound. If you don't have any... Well, you... Yeah. Streaming is pretty spotty tonight. Yeah, well, that's been Twitch the last week or so. Who knows? Asmongold's probably still like Asmongold was doing stuff that I'm sure was whatever. He's been playing Classic WoW. Tonight is Arathi or Ultrarec Valley night, I think, on the World of Warcraft stress test stuff. So.
Wing 617, clear to Tucson Airport runway 24 departure procedure to Paradise. Victor 186, Nickel, that's November India Kilo Lima. Victor 64, Thermal, direct decast, as filed. Maintain 6,000, expect flight level 350, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 135.4, squawk 7042. And correction on the departure procedure will be runway 24 departure procedure. Correction, runway 6 departure procedure.
And could you repeat the squawk code for Spirit Wing 717?
Spirit Wing 717, squawk 7042.
Okay, cleared Tucson, runway 6 departure procedure, Paradise, Victor 186, Nickel, Victor 64, Thermal, DCAS as filed, 6,000 departure, 350, then 10, departure 135.4, squawk 7042, Spirit Wing 717.
Spirit Wing 717, read back correct.
Yeah. First time every time, that's right. I don't know, it's Twitch has been all screwed up. Dr. Disrespect's DDoSing Amazon. Why is the plane so yellow? I know it's hideous, isn't it? I love it. Spirit is the Ryanair of America. I think there's some truth to that. Captain Aviation, how you doing, buddy? It's good to see you, man. Happy Friday. Welcome aboard the nonsense here. All right, let's do some FM. Let's do some FMS programming here. This is what people tune in to see. They don't care about the flying. All they care about is looking at the box all night. All right, open the ISIS screen. Go to the aircraft configuration. And we are looking at the sim brief. The sim brief says we have 139 passengers on board. Yeah. And a zero fuel weight of 56.8. So 56 point... Hey, look at that. We nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. 6.9 on the fuel. Okay, so we set you. Excuse me. Set you. And then we'll do a cost index of 12 to 350. Flight plan. All right, so San Bernardino, runway 6 departure procedure, which we'll have to go brief ourselves on. I'm sure that's going to be fun. To Paradise, PDZ. From Paradise to Nickel. Sorry, Victor 186 to Nickel. Victor 186 in KKL. And then Victor 64 to Thermal. And then DCAS. Oh, I can't do direct there, can I? You monkey. And from DCAS, it's J65. To Blythe. And J169 to Salem. And then back to you, and then down, down, down. And then after Salem comes direct GBN. And direct. Okay, I'm going to put that in ForeFlight as well while we're at it. Bear with me a moment. We have to brief this departure, or brief this departure procedure, I should say. All right, PDZ. Yeah, whatever, dude. We're going to 35,000. Cool your jets! All right, PDZ Victor 186. Nope. Victor 186 to Nickel. Victor 64 to Thermal. DCAS. And then I said it was going to be J65 to Blythe. J169 to Salem. And then direct GBN. And then KTUS. All right. That is our flight plan. Okay. So that's done. We go to the inner page. Go to the next page. And our the 28.6 and the CG 28 points. I didn't do that last time, did I? I just put 25 at 28.6 slash. And then 56.8. Block fuel 6.9. Done. 2 hours extra fuel. That's good. We go to the perf page. And we're going to take off 1 plus F. Flaps 144 for V1. 148 for V2, V rotate. 151 for V2. 18,000 is the transition. Flaps are 1 slash up 0.2. And the flex temperature is going to be 68 for this departure. Set. Good. Okay, done with that. Squawk 7042. Okay.
Retard.
505 Northman. Thanks for 10 months, man. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Been studying for exams. Hopefully not too late. You were just in time for flight number 2. Cheers, my friend. Appreciate it. FMC still destroys my brain. Dude, this FMC is easier to program than like a 430 or 530, in my opinion. Like, once you get used to it. It could have been Comrade Victor. Comrade Victor 186. What is the flex temperature? So the engines, that's how you derate the engines. So the flex, the outside air temperature right now is whatever it is, 26 Celsius. So the engines are going to work under the assumption that the outside air temperature is 68 Celsius, which is going to cause them to basically wind up to a lower power setting on the ground. And it's the way that Airbus does their derating for their departures. So it all comes from the little the ISIS screen doohickey thing. Okay, so that's done. Let's do the glare shield real quick. We're cleared up to, let's make that 3 first of all, and then put you up there. And we're cleared all the way to 6,000 feet. And then let's find us a departure procedure. How do I do this again? I think I can go here. SBD. Yes! Takeoff minimums. Bernardino. Go. San Bernardino. Departure procedure runway 06. Climbing right turn. All aircraft climb direct to the PDZ VOR. Aircraft departing PDZ 091 to 140 and 231 to 280 climb on course. All others continue climb in the PTZ holding pattern. Oh, dear God. Okay, so let's figure out where are we going first of all. We're taking Victor 186. Change you to low. On 130. Oh, no. Ah, good. Okay, so, this is what we're reading down here. So the things that we care about. Climbing right turn. Direct to the Paradise VOR. Aircraft departing 091 to 140. That's us. Climb on course. So we're going to go Paradise and then on our route. That's actually really easy for us. So that's not too bad. But it's got to be a climbing right turn. Which makes total sense coming here. Okay. Cool. That I can deal with. All right. Actually, you know what? Let's turn the APU on first. Get that going. Get the seatbelt sign on. Now we can call better pushback. How far do we want to push back out of here? Let's make it a fun one.
Ground to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Boy, you're awfully loud tonight. Yeah, set for the radio output device, but it's all right. All right, let's go. I've never used the menu before.
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
Hey, it's me, but that's fine. All right, let's try this again. I don't know. What if I just do this? How badly will that screw it up? There we go. That's good enough.
Great news, Captain.
Yeah.
Your tow's coming.
Yeah, great. I get to hear myself now. All right, let's hit the right button this time. Better push back. Now it's starting. All right, that's on. Bleed's on. Power functioned properly this time. All right, we can have them take away the air and... Nope, that's the wrong one. Toliss, ISIS screen, ground services, off. Great! How many flights? This is the last flight tonight. It's going to be an hour, though. Over an hour. We need to go to Little Rock again one of these days. Trackmania pushback
All right,
edition.
looks like
I like
the doors
it.
and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Yeah, you connect her up. Let's go. Sim is running really well tonight. I'm quite happy with this. Sean Chia, good to see you. What is Vulkan? Blocky, how you doing? Vulkan is an API for running on running graphics cards. It's like DirectX or OpenGL. DirectX is currently being used. OpenGL is sort of old and unsupported, and what
Welcome
X-Plane
aboard,
uses.
Captain. Tow's connected. Bypass bends
Vulkan
inserted.
is
Go and kill
the
the parking brake when you're ready to go.
next evolution of all of that.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Thanks, buddy. We're gonna wait a second here. Yeah, Vulkan will hopefully allow X-Plane to do good things in the future because it's being, updated and made better.
Taxi via Delta, Charlie Alpha.
Light 'em up.
Delta Charlie Alpha to 6. Rock
Get the
band
iPad. Sorry about that.
Just for your planning purposes, we were given the
and our clearance, the 24 ODP. Do you want us to change that to the runway 6 ODP?
My twin's very chirpy.
Tell you what,
Thanks, Sindero. It does look pretty good.
Just go ahead and change here. Runway 24, taxi via Charlie Alpha. And I have a limit for your reading advisory to cap.
Oh boy.
Alright, Rock Band 59 Heavy. We'll make a left here on Charlie, taxi to 24, and go ahead with the reroute.
We'll see how it ends up doing this.
Rock Band 59, after Paradise, change Palm Springs J212 to read Victor 186, Nickel, Victor 64, Thermal, Van Asphalt.
Right after Paradise, Victor 186, Nickel, Victor 64, Thermal.
Looks pretty good. I always love staring at the ground operation stuff.
Right there, but this will be Charlie Echo Alpha.
Okay, sorry, I thought you said left on Charlie, but no problem, because we're going to 24. Do you want us to make a right here now?
Affirmative. Just take Echo to Alpha.
So we're probably going to switch to runway 24, it sounds like. Did I sit on land on our presentation? I did not.
Santa Barbara ground.
I am running the IAE engine pack, yes.
Parking. With information, Quebec ready to taxi to active.
There were no engine sounds because the engines were not on yet.
3 Tango Whiskey, report proceed to turn inbound.
This is the world's most complicated pushback.
3 Tango Whiskey.
In hindsight, I did not need to go through all of this.
Could have you zoomed in enough. Looks like you were going the other way. Contact.
I could have just gone to Charlie. It's all right though. We're committed now. This is how it's gonna be.
Who was looking for taxi?
5 Jet Alpha, Detroit parking.
Bird Strike, how you doing? I'm on the 3.4 right now. I'm not running the 3.5 beta. Once it's up and stable, I'll consider running it, but not yet. It doesn't really add that much anyway, as far as I'm concerned.
4 25 Juliet Alpha, South Barbara ground, runway 25, taxi via Juliet.
Okay, better pushback's gonna be super loud here in a second.
Juliet 25, 5 Juliet Alpha.
May as well have him told me to Tulsa, right?
San Bernardino ground, FedEx 211, just under the tower here, ready to taxi with information on top.
Say again, the call sign, you're blocked.
FedEx 211.
Okay, you can let me go now.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
2183 Tango Whiskey, downwind for 29.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
All right.
Clear to land 293 Tango Whiskey.
That's done. That's done.
211, runway 24.
Set you point 2 up. About right there.
Delta Charlie Alpha to 24, FedEx 211.
Right rudder.
Tango Charlie out of Signature West.
Left rudder. Left aileron. Right aileron. Pull back. Pull forward. Watch for our pushback truck. Look for our pins.
Retard.
And now we wait.
Retard.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Mike, thanks very much, man, for 27 months. I do appreciate it, dude. Cheers, man. It's good to see you a couple weeks ago.
Palm Springs clearance, Eclipse.
Steichen, welcome aboard.
Sierra with Victor, IFR to Tucson.
Okay. Why is the starter available? All right, cabin checked. And takeoff config.
Did you report clear through?
EQ is apparently still on.
You got cut off. What would you say? 3 Tango Whiskey?
This. Aircraft following with request on enter taken.
Shikama Gaming. How you doing, buddy?
I have a limit to your routing master to copy.
Oh boy.
Go ahead for FedEx 211.
FedEx 211 after Paradise, change Palm Springs VOR J212 to read Victor 186, Nickel.
Oh, okay. I already have that routing.
64, thermal, direct decast, S5.
Victor Air 186, nickel, thermal, or excuse me, nickel, then Victor 64, thermal to decast for FedEx 211.
FedEx 211, read back.
San Bernardino ground. Spirit Wing 717 is going to run Delta with hotel for taxi.
Spirit Wing 717, do you have the FedEx Boeing 757? They're on Charlie inside.
I do.
Spirit Wing 717, runway 24. We'll just making a change here. So it'll be departure, runway 24 departure procedure for clarity. Runway 24, follow that traffic text.
Okay, 24 behind the FedEx, and we'll switch over to the 24 departure procedure. Spirit Wing 717.
Ground Rock Band 59.
Delta Charlie Alpha.
Rock Band 59, heavy, go ahead.
Yeah, can we hold short here? We need a couple minutes to reprogram the box. We got a pretty big reroute.
Rock Band 59, roger.
Okay, departure 24. Nothing's changed there.
San Luis Tower.
So it was a left turn for this one. So left turn out of here to the Paradise VOR. And then we're still left turn direct Paradise and then follow the route.
Parking via valve.
You're doing okay.
Thank you.
Do I fly in real life? I do. I have my PPL, my instrument rating, just about 200 hours. I'll probably cross 200 in the next week or two.
3465.
And yeah, I don't fly professionally though. I don't make any money doing it. I can't make any money doing it legally. But yeah, have a good time. Have a good time flying. It's fun. All McDory, welcome back. We are off to Tucson. San Bernardino down to Tucson behind the world's slowest 757, who is, I'm sure, furiously reprogramming his FMC.
Piper 353, Niner Whiskey, Los Angeles Center, DAG at altimeter 2973. Eclipse 24, Sierra, Palm Springs, clearance, clear Tucson.
I lost my logbook from light aircraft training in the Air Force. That sucks, dude.
Triple ice, filed, maintain, 7,000.
Keep it digital. 250 for the CFI. 250 commercial, 250 CFI. So that's the next goal. I want to do about 25 or 30 more hours on my own, and then go do probably 10 or 15 hours of training and whatnot, or probably close to 20 hours of training for commercial and CFI.
Cleared to Tucson.
Plus then a whole slew of ground school stuff, I'm sure.
7,000, expect 290 and 10. Departure frequency 120.
My plan when I go to Portugal in August is to take all my material with me, just do a whole bunch of studying out there, and start putting together lesson plans and all that stuff. Oh dear God. Any Trillium left over? Yeah, I have one right now. Actually, no, I'm having Bicester Brothers right now. I do still have some Trillium though. Gonna quit my day job. Nah, man. Not quitting my day job yet. Flight instructor. Flight instructor's not gonna pay anywhere near what my day job does. Unless I get to be like Jason Miller level of fame. Liking the look of the Toliss, thinking about picking it up and find the King Air 350 a lot. Toliss is real good, man. I am a huge fan of this airplane. Gotta love IT jobs, I know, right? My golden handcuffs. It pays enough to fund my flying habits. Well, actually, Twitch. This is what funds most of my flying habits. If it wasn't for this right here that we're doing tonight, I would not be flying an airplane right now. I'm not bashful to admit that. I think the Toliss is better, but I don't know. Like, you want the failures and whatnot, Mike, and I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about the difference there. Have you flown the Toliss, Mike? Preach it.
Have a good night.
It's all right. Rumor has it changes may be afoot. We'll have more to talk about next week. Let's just say I'm going to Oshkosh this year. I fly virtual planes so I can fly real ones. Hell yeah, man. T-Craft, how you doing, buddy? Hey, you know, the whole Martha King thing, like the King's Ground School, those guys have got it figured out. And I think if you could, if somebody could come up with a very good replacement or a very good sort of program that does what they do, only maybe a bit more modern and quite not so hokey, like there might be some room for money there. But a lot of old guys, a lot of old flight instructors immediately are just like, yeah, just go do the, I know the brakes are hot. Because I have to, we're taxing at 3 knots. Literally 3 knots. As Brendan furiously reprograms his FMS. Never flown the Toliss. Okay. I think the Toliss is better. I enjoy it more. I think it flies better. I don't know how it is for completeness. Like, one of these days, Sendero, we should sit down and do just do a shared session. Like a shared screen, and have you tell me what to break and see what we can test. How many on board my plane? The one that I fly in the real world, I can carry 3 people, not including myself. In the plane right now, we've got 139 virtual people, something like that. It's all right, Lumber. I'm just giving you crap. New buyer, all pilot questions. Say I want to do a Discovery flight of 3. What's the best app to keep a log? I mean, I use ForeFlight personally, but my flight book is what a lot of people use. It's free. My flight book would work just fine. I would keep it in a couple of places. You can use a freaking Excel spreadsheet if you want, but you want to be able to solicit signatures from your CFI for all of those flights. They count as training. And like ForeFlight totally lets you do that. I'm not sure about my flight book and some of the other options.
4,000. There's 0 Tango Charlie, turn left heading 340.
All right. Departure 35-4.
Tower Rock Band 59, heavy is ready to go now.
Okay. Let's do it. I fired up the flight factor in VR the other night. I'll try it again. Yeah, nice. Log up with paper. True Flight, how you doing, man? And learn how to use an E6B. Yeah. Learn how to use an E6B once and then throw it away because you'll never use it again. BGM2121, thanks for 25 months, man. Cheers, buddy. I appreciate it.
Broadband 59, San Bernardino Tower, runway 24, clear for takeoff, wind 2505.
Alright, clear for takeoff 24.
You can keep electronic logs. Some people still do paper. My entire flight log is electronic. Right here. I can pull it up right now. Every single flight that I've ever flown is right here. Every one of them.
34 Alpha Sierra, Palm Springs ground, runway 31 left, taxi via...
198.5. 3.5 in the last 7. 11.3 in the last 30. A lot of flying lately. I was done flying the last week, and I can tell you that. I choose to do all electronic, and I back them up once a month or so to a CSV file on a cloud drive. I have no interest in keeping paper logs, just me personally.
Charlie, turn left heading.
I mean, I use ForeFlight for my charts and everything else, so Like that's sort of my excuse.
Going 0 Tango
Right.
contact Los Angeles Center 125.27. Air 425 Juliet Alpha, flight heading 140 vector climb. FedEx 211, San Bernardino Tower, runway 24, landable.
Landable 24, FedEx 211.
Band 59, contact, SoCal departure.
When you checked the ATIS earlier, how come you got charged $2.95 per minute to listen to her? Don't ask. We were checking the special weather. Does the FlightSim log automatically track things like night and instrument currency? Yes. That's part of the reason to go electronic. So, if I were to pull up my logbook again, you see the currency summary. So my general currency is 83 days left for daytime, 47 days for night, 48 for my IFR currency, 598. So I got to do a BFR, and just over 1,000 days till my medical expires. So yeah, that's all tracked automatically. I can do a report here. I can generate an 8710 on the spot, which then dumps all of my experience then that I can easily transfer over to an FAA report. If I were doing my private pilot still, I could pull this report up here and be able to see like how close am I to getting my private pilot's license. I used this thing a ton when I was doing my PBL, like an absolute ton. This thing was awesome. Same thing with my instrument. I fired this thing up and was just using it constantly. So I like this now. My flight route or my flight book can also do a lot of that stuff. Is it my flight book or yeah, I think it's my flight book. San Bernardino Tower, Spirit Wing 717, holding short 24. I think I said 717. Rudyism, how you doing, my friend? It's going pretty good here. We're talking about electronic logbooks and things of that nature. Take it easy, Mike. We'll see ya.
Contact, SoCal departure.
Departure, FedEx 211.
Yeah, dude. Like FlightSim is unmatched in its reputation. Like it's such a good product. There's literally nothing else, in my opinion, that compares to it in the EFB world. Like you can get there with a lot of different products, but FlightSim sort of has it all in one package. As much as maybe I don't like giving them $200 a year, like it's absolutely worth it in my opinion.
FedEx 211, SoCal departure. Radar contact, climate maintain 6,000. Correction, climate maintain 9,000.
You having trouble getting X-plane to show up in my flight? Interesting. I have not had that kind of problem.
Spirit Wing 717, San Bernardino Tower, did you call ready?
Affirmative, Spirit Wing 717.
Spirit Wing 717, runway 24, clear for takeoff, wind 2505.
Clear for takeoff, runway 24, Spirit Wing 717. Okay, clear left, clear right. Lights are set. Camera set.
Tango Charlie.
And action. Good, good, good. All right, let's go flying. On departure, up to 6,000 feet, direct to the Paradise VOR, and then on my route. Spool them.
Rockman 500, climb maintain 13,000.
Okay, man, flex 68. Power set, airspeed alive. $100 knots.
FedEx 211, I can get you a shortcut direct nickel if you like. 611, clear direct nickel and climb
V1.
maintain 13,000.
All strength tower eclipse, 4 Alpha Sierra, holding short of 31 left, ready for departure.
Eclipse 24 Alpha Sierra, Palm Springs Tower, runway 31 left, clear for takeoff at 31019 aircraft 31.
Runway 31 left, clear for takeoff, 24 Alpha Sierra.
Wing 717, contact SoCal departure.
Departure 717, we'll see it.
Rockband 59, contact Los Angeles Center 125.27. Correction, Rockband 59 heavy.
2527, Rockband 59 heavy.
Okay, lever climb. The nose down. LNAV will start coming in here once we're lined up. We'll just go ahead and switch over to autopilot. It's good enough for me. SoCal departure Spirit Week 717, 3,900 climbing 6,000.
Spirit Wing 717, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 900,000.
900,000, Spirit Wing 717. Alright, after takeoff, gear up, lights are out, flaps are coming in. They are now in and indicated. Auto brake's off, speed brake is off. Here we go.
Oh, do you want me to join the course?
Number 5, Juliet Alpha, confused, direct right here, turn left, direct right 9CR.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that for 5 Juliet Alpha?
Number 5, Juliet Alpha, turn left, direct VNI, CR.
Might change the time of day forward just a bit, but we'll see. It's gonna be. Yeah, I think the sun will still be out by the time we get there. It'll be close.
15 Quebec, runway 29, clear to land, wind 30.
Well, it definitely ain't cheap. Yeah, you can. Well, if you're not like, you can get away with $100 a month for initially. Like, you don't really need geo-reference plates, which is the geo-reference plates are the main reason why I have the Performance Plus plan. Takers Minion, how you doing? Man flex. Yeah, I should have reset the flex, but we were close enough. It was the same, like, it wasn't a displaced threshold or anything on either side, so we were fine. Sim looks amazing using FS Global and Ortho. Yes, that is correct. Stock clouds. In fact, I don't even have the runway texture replacement pack in because I'm a tool. I haven't done that since I reinstalled the sim. I rebuilt the PC, or built a new PC, I should say. Yeah, I mean, the $200 plan is all you need. You don't need the $300 plan for ForeFlight, for general aviation, in my opinion. Like, if you're doing jet stuff, then like, see, Max has a good reason to get the $300 plan. But for for those of us that are
717, clear direct to Nickel, climb and maintain 13,000.
13,000 direct Nickel, Spirit Wing 717. Okay, let's get the climb going first.
Rockband 59er, heavy contact Los Angeles Center 124.62.
Direct Nickel insert.
04 Alpha Sierra, SoCal departure.
Yeah, the piston guys, in my opinion, don't really have a need to get the $300 plan.
Rockband 59er, Los Angeles Center,
that's gonna be close.
flight level 350.
That's gonna be real close, actually.
SoCal departure, Clips 24 Alpha Sierra, 4,600 for 7,000.
Is there a helicopter out there?
Clips 24 Alpha Sierra, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 13,000.
Climb maintain 13,000, 24 Alpha Sierra.
FedEx 211, contact Los Angeles Center 125.27.
I'm back. Tail swapped us into a delay. Oh, that sucks.
Traffic.
Uh-oh.
Juliet Alpha, contact point gear approach 124.7.
Got stuff loading in here.
Traffic.
Oh, man.
Traffic.
Los Angeles Center, FedEx 211, 13,000.
Traffic. Descend.
FedEx 211, Los Angeles Center, climb and maintain for level 220.
Descend. 220, FedEx 211.
Descend.
Descend. Fairwing 717, contact Los Angeles Center 125.27.
2527, Spirit Wing 717.
Descend.
I see him.
Descend.
That's going to be a NASA report.
Descend.
Center, Malibu 4250 Alpha at 5000.
4250 Alpha, point with your approach, Oxnard altimeter 2993.
I knew that was going to be pretty close. She may have let me fly pretty close to the plane, yeah. Fredro, how you doing, man? Center Spirit Wing 717, 13,000.
Fairwing 717, Los Angeles Center, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Level 230, Spirit Wing 717. 23. I should let her know about the TCAS thing, but it ain't worth it. Was that a drone? That was a drone. If it was an actual person, they would have pulled me into it.
Go back to Action Park of Alpha. Have a great rest of your day.
It happens. Testing if you're paying attention. Yeah. Are you gonna get your radar alert? There's an eclipse taking off out of Palm Springs. So, Mike, what happened, man? You said you got tail swapped. Did you get a new plane, or did you get transferred to a different flight? Bad Aviator, how you doing? Update my computer specs on my Twitch page. Oh, I haven't done that yet, have I? Here's my specs if you want to see them. I will do that. Here are the current specs if you would like to see them, though. I put them into a handy spreadsheet. But yeah, I'll do that tomorrow.
126.35, expect direct delay.
18,000. Standard.
124.60.
Lights can come off.
2462, FedEx 211.
That'll be ours.
Fairwing 717, contact Los Angeles Center 124.62.
2462, Spirit Wing 717.
LA Center Eclipse 24 Alpha Sierra 10,800 for 13.
Eclipse 24 Alpha Sierra, Los Angeles Center, climb direct point, climb and maintain flight level 230.
Ortho really is game changing. Like, it's such an awesome thing to have.
220, 24 Alpha Sierra.
FedEx 211, Los Angeles Center, climb and maintain flight level 370.
370, FedEx 211.
4 Alpha Sierra, just confirm the time.
LA Center Spirit Wing 717, flight level 203, climbing flight level 230.
Spirit Wing 717, Los Angeles Center, climb and maintain flight level 350.
Level 350, Spirit Wing 717. 2080 Ti, how's it been for you? Worth it. Con, how you doing, buddy?
211.
The 2080 Ti is a fantastic card that is completely wasted on my machine right now. It will definitely be good in the future as we move into higher resolution and better VR and things like that. But right now, there really aren't any games that can push it hard enough to like abuse its power. I don't know that I'd recommend a 2080 Ti at the moment. The only reason I have one is because I got a spectacularly good deal on it. Otherwise, I would have gotten it. I was going to get a 2080 was the upgrade path I was going for. And even that, like, I think a 2070 is all you really... 27 or even, like, for X-Plane, even like a 2060 might be okay. Because Because if I look at stats here, the GPU's run at 50% right now. It is running maximum clock rate, so it's not down clock. That's good. The CPU is doing what the CPU does. Like, it's getting hammered pretty good. Oh, there's a weather change. But yeah, I mean, it's a good card, but X-Plane doesn't really push it. The other games that I've played on it don't really push it. Even when I'm running at the full, like 38 whatever by 1600 my monitor does, I just don't see. I don't see the performance gains from it. 11 gigs. Well, the 11 gigs of VRAM is interesting. I still run my textures on medium because I actually have run into scenarios where I was exceeding my VRAM limits, even running on high with compression. Like shockingly, like in
Center Rock 59. How much time before we get the switch to Albuquerque?
Oh man, it was happening.
5.59. You got a little ways.
It was happening in Seattle. I was maxing out my VRAM in a couple of the places where there was some pretty intense scenery. So I actually moved them back to medium, and have left them there for now. Like, it feels ridiculous to say that. The sim was trying to, at high with compression in Seattle, the sim was using like 16 gigabytes of VRAM. I think it was insane. Like right now the sim's not really, the sim's not really working that hard. What are we at? Yeah, I mean, right now we're at 6.5 gigs of VRAM being used. So, and that number will be higher. Once we're next to good scenery. But as we're sort of out here in the middle of nowhere, we're 35% load. The CPU is clocked up. But yeah, it's 6.5 gigs of VRAM. So I'm gonna do some more tinkering and see if I can push it back to high. But I'm actually pretty happy with how the sim's running right now. Had some issues. Had to turn on texture resolution in the Seattle area. One of those mental no teach time of flying it out. Yeah. Paddle out, how you doing, man? I think it's the Jazwecki scenery, because New York does it, DC does it. It's pretty hard out there as well. Oh yeah, dude, this video card is a long-term investment. That's for sure. Yeah, the video card is going to outlast probably every other component that's inside that computer right now. There will be no need to upgrade. Captain K-Man was complaining about ortho loading off of NVMe causing brief sim freezes because X-Plane couldn't intake the data fast enough to see an issue in your rig. So the thing with scenery loads, the scenery loads in X-Plane are largely a CPU bound, assuming that you don't have any crazy bottlenecking happening with your hard drives. It's largely a CPU bound endeavor because the scenery has to get sucked in, and then the CPU has to do a whole bunch of magic on it that then can get thrown into VRAM. So you'll notice when your CPU loads up, or when your computer loads up, you see a huge spike in CPU utilization at the very tail end when it says like loading scenery, reading scenery files or whatever. And that's literally X-Plane grabbing all that scenery information, then decoding it, and doing whatever it has to do to spit it into the GPU. You'll notice the same thing as you're coming into a place like Los Angeles or Seattle or DC or New York. Like, as you're loading in a bunch of scenery objects, it's going to be pulling that thing in, banging on your CPU for a second, and then it's going to shoot that into memory, and it's going to go on to the next thing. So, like, I've noticed it less with the new machine, only because I have 8 cores to work with. But all of my scenery sits on a USB 3.0 platter drive, like an external hard drive is what's running on my CPU. Like, I didn't bother with NVMe or any of that crap because I know that you're not going to see that good of performance, that much in the way of performance gains out of it. So, like, yeah, you might get a little bit faster on an NVMe drive, but it doesn't matter. So I just use mass storage sitting external for that. But yeah, the scenery load stuff is interesting because, like I said, it seems to me to be a largely CPU bound thing. Got back from Expo, fired up a sim, didn't realize Ortho HD was offline. Made a difference. Yeah, no kidding. Jennigan's, how you doing? You asking me to talk about Flight Simulator 2020, or are you just asking if this is it?
12462, close to 24 Alpha Sierra.
If you want to talk about Flight Simulator 2020, I'm excited. You have a potential sim that will bring some casual, not current sim fans into the mix, and that's always exciting. What they do with the sim, I don't know. We'll wait and see. Cautious optimism. The new Microsoft is a very different company than the old Microsoft. We'll put it that way. Like, if you look at what Phil Spencer and whatnot have done for the Xbox division and video games over there, like that, it's been a huge change over the last 3 to 5 years. So, very excited to see what they have to offer for Flight Sim 2020. I have both SSD and spinning drives. Do you recommend installing X-Plane on? So I would definitely put X-Plane on the SSD if you can get away with it. But then you can do a trick with sim linking and move if you have a humongous custom scenery folder, because like Ortho, you can easily move that to another like your spinny drive, and have it use sim links or junctions in Windows to put that into your main folder. I've demoed that a few times on my stream, how to do that. But that's what I do. I mean, my X-Plane folder. So I have, this machine here, this is a solid state. This is a 512 gigabyte or half a terabyte solid state drive. It's running on SATA. These two are both 2 terabyte NVMe drives that are running on the PCI bus. So X-Plane sits on the NVMe drive, okay, and then you see custom scenery has a little arrow next to it. So if I go back to my PC, this right here is an external 5 terabyte external hard drive, USB 3.0. That's where all my custom scenery sits. So all of my custom scenery sits on this drive right here. Runs fine for me. The only real downside is it takes forever to copy anything out here because the write speed on that drive sucks. But once it's out there, like, it's totally fine. Your mileage may vary. I mean, if you can afford to have like a couple of 2 terabyte SSDs or NVMe drives running in a RAID 0 or something, like, hey, like put all your Ortho on that. That's fine. You might see a performance improvement, but it's gonna, in my opinion, it's gonna be pretty minor. Conversation with Ben on Sunday said shortcuts will work instead of symlinks, easier to create. Gotcha. It's one of those. It comes down to it's what I'm used to. What I think the idea of streaming scenery using an internet connection in the new Flight Sim 2020. I don't mind it personally. I think it's cool. I think it's a good idea. I'm surprised we haven't really seen it done yet. But I also have a 1 gigabit unmetered connection, so like I'm going to be completely unimpacted by that change. And my city is going to start providing municipal symmetric gigabit fiber in the very near future. So I am totally unimpacted by any bandwidth restrictions that might come out of being able to do that. Hopefully they have some sort of like base package that you can download and install for those that have crappy internet connections or those that have no internet connection at all. But I'm excited because that means that like the scenery will be up to date. It means you'll get all like the 3D buildings and things like that. You'll probably get a better mesh. Like, you're just going to get a lot better stuff out of it, and it's going to require a lot less storage most likely on your PC. Currently have X-Plane on a spinning drive. Love to have my SSD space to move it. Need more RAM. A few good plane purchases. It's time to get some new hardware. Yeah, now we're talking. Yes, use the make link command. Uh-oh. Whoever was in the eclipse just disconnected. What's up with Twitch? Some channels are town, but some aren't. I don't know. I lost my shadow completely earlier, so they must be having some issues with their ingest servers. My 1 terabyte monthly cap will cry. Yeah.
Or departing.
How much have we used in the last month? God, you probably don't even want to know. Oh, there's 350.
Right now, if you expect a visual approach runway.
I average about 1.5 to 2 terabytes a month, which is honestly a lot of that is my wife watching Netflix. Let's see here. Internet traffic. We've done 32 to 33 gigabytes in the last day. That's actually pretty low. I've done 810 gigabytes in the last week. That's pretty high. We have done, oh gosh, 4 terabytes in the last month. A lot of that's because of my PC rebuild, downloading a lot of stuff. Like, this was a lot of DCS downloads and things like that, but 4 terabytes I've done in the last month. That's about an average month for me, I think.
3625, Quebec.
If this is to be believed, that's not to be. There's no way. There's no way I've done 2 petabytes since January.
You're able to go ahead and contact tower and...
Yeah, that's not accurate.
Since we're giving you a runway assignment, you don't have to read that back outside of the taxi instructions. That's only for non-controlled airports. Runway 29 equipped for takeoff, left close traffic approved for port minutes filled each time.
So yeah, I'm not too concerned about it personally, but I know it's going to be a problem for a lot of people. Because I know that like bandwidth restrictions and bandwidth caps are a real thing, unfortunately. It's artificial scarcity. It shouldn't be a thing, but it is. But a lot of video game stuff in the next couple of years is going towards streaming anyway, like actually streaming the video content. So, like, this is just going to be a problem that becomes even greater as we go a little further on. Lots of Twitch servers down right now. Wow, we're still up for now. Yeah, I'm on Comcast as well, but for whatever reason, they don't have data caps up here yet. If they do, I'll just pay the extortion fee and call it a day. He said it's a special case set up for custom scenery, can link multiple X-Plane copies from one custom scenery folder. Gotcha, okay. Makes sense. It makes sense they would want to do something like that, too. Is there any reason why you went with an AMD instead of Intel on the CPU? It was mostly a price performance concern. So I had a pretty firm budget where I wanted to come in on my PC. And I do a lot more with my machine besides just, flight sims and whatnot. So I ended up with the 2700X because I felt that it gave me the best price performance. I saved a little bit of money over like a 9900K. It'd be the 2700X or the 9900K would have been the two that I would have considered. I saved about $300 to $400 not going with the Intel that I was able to then put into getting like better drives. So I have, 32 gigabytes of PC 3200 RAM. I have two 2 terabyte NVMe drives. They're QLC drives, but whatever, they're fine. As a result of like saving the money because I saved the money on the CPU. RC Flyer, how you doing, buddy? So yeah, that was my main reason. And honestly, I just kind of wanted to support AMD. Like AMD is doing some good stuff. I know that I knew there was a good chance of this motherboard being forward compatible with the Zen 2 stuff coming out later this year. And that seems to be the case, that I'll be able to run most of the Zen 2 chips. I don't know if I'll be able to run all of them. Like the 3950X may not be a thing, but I should be able to run most of them. So if I wanted to upgrade to the Zen 2 stuff, I can totally do that.
Present speed, contact Albuquerque Center 13.
I'm on Cox and had a 1 terabyte cap a month as well. God, it's terrible, man.
34-2 for FedEx 211 present speed.
It's such an awful thing to charge its freaking data cap because there's no reason to.
Taxi, Christian, runway 29, close the option.
Look, Chippy Pot, take it easy, man. Thanks for stopping by. Got a half an hour. Actually quicker than I was expecting.
That's what she said.
3 ISP choices. So you have, you have FiOS, Comcast, and then your local stuff, don't you? Yeah, we don't even have FiOS here. I just have Comcast, but I think Comcast is like a blanket because Comcast has so much competition around the Boston area. They just have this blanket, like there's no data caps anywhere in the area because I think they roll it out usually a state-by-state basis. And they know that if they rolled out data caps, that people would just go to FiOS or people would go to RCN. AT&T, I don't have a cap. Do you have, are you on DSL or are you on like Uverse, Clocky? Data caps are terrible. Like, there's no need for them. It's such a dumb thing. No data caps between midnight and 7 a.m. Yes, the Air Fubar, they do that because they want you, they would like to encourage you to download stuff at off-peak hours. Like they're trying to reduce the network capacity they have to buy into for peak hours. That's why they're doing that. Remember a few years ago, 1 terabyte was a lot of data. Now with streaming and everything, you need more like 10 terabytes. It's crazy, dude. Yeah. Like just my wife, like I've used 4 terabytes in the last month, and it's a PC rebuild, you know, re-downloading a bunch of games and whatnot. My wife watching a lot of Netflix, myself watching and doing Twitch stuff. Like you know, Max sends me a whole lot of video files and whatnot for you know his channel and all the video editing we do there. I watch Twitch pretty much all the time when I'm sitting here, and yeah, like just 4 terabytes does not seem that bad. Like 10, if you told me 10 terabytes was the cap, I'd say okay, that makes sense. But it's still like, why do you need a cap? You shouldn't need a cap. Massachusetts lawmakers have also hinted at Comcast not to try here. Yeah. I mean, this is one of the few parts of the country that would probably, like, one of the few states that would sort of like chop down on Comcast. Like, nah, dude, don't do that. Don't even try it. You're on Uverse, okay, Clocky. Full drag, what's going on? Wait till the kiddo gets a Disney streaming channel in a few years. Well, yeah. I mean, the kid already watches Portuguese nursery rhymes. So I mean, we throw the Portuguese nursery rhymes on the YouTube stuff, and she watches that all day too, or she watches that throughout the day. Usually, my wife is trying to get something done. Have you heard the theory that Dovetail trashed their flight sim because Microsoft told them they were taking the rights to Flight Simulator? I had not heard that theory. That seems unlikely to me. But I none of us will really ever know.
Center 50 Tango Charlie level, flight level 410.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's what you get when you license, you license software like that. If that's actually the case.
Tango Charlie Los Angeles Center, thank you.
Home of the Bear Fair. View external ride along. There's a scenery load. There we go. We got our rule of thirds going. Microsoft sold the Dovetail the rights. They cannot take them back unless they licensed it for a certain period of time. Like, there might have been a case of licensing it for a period of time contingent on a certain amount of sales. And then when the Dovetail thing didn't happen, they said, well, we got this license. We may as well do something with it.
Joseph 24 Bravo, is that your entire crossing?
Why is my plane not moving forward? Oh, the tow is still connected. Oops. They call me Mellow Yellow.
24 Bravo, Snelly Tower, and you're straight in, or you're...
Alright, we should get a frequency change here pretty soon.
You're 824 Bravo, I didn't catch your location, so say the direction you're coming in from.
Real MG, how you doing, buddy? E3 announced new flight simulator for Xbox. Don't know what to think of it.
324 Bravo, report 3
It's alright, man. We've been talking about it off and on all night. They'll have a PC version out as well. Pretty much everything that Microsoft is doing first party for the Xbox is also going to the PC. Remains to be seen what happens. We'll know. I mean, the thing probably won't be out for a year and a half. My guess is it'll be holiday it'll be like fall 2020 when it comes out.
425 Juliet Alpha.
Northern Virginia here with Comcast gigabit here, no cap, but I don't get close to 1 gig, more like 350, 400. So if you get 400 megabits up, that's pretty good. Because I've only got 45 megabits up. And the speed test stuff is kind of weird.
39 Whiskey, read back correct. Correction. Sorry, number 39 Whiskey, clear visual approach, runway 19 right. And,
yeah, the speed test stuff is kind of weird. Because you'll pretty much never see...
I'm sorry, 118.75.
You'll pretty much never see the full speed test. Like, you'll never see the full gigabit connection come out of this thing. I've gotten close to 900 a few times on the download meter, but crap, we don't actually want to do that because that'll break the Twitch stream. I've gotten close to a gigabit a couple times on the download meter, but it's rare.
051, call back on way to clear for the option.
I have a screenshot I posted this in Discord yesterday.
Fairwing 717, contact Albuquerque Center 134.32 if I didn't already.
3432, Spearwing 717. We'll see you later. It's entirely possible she sent me here earlier and I just missed it.
Right.
Albuquerque Center, good evening. Spearwing 717, flight level 350.
Number 3 Bravo Alpha, contact Spokane Tower 118.3.
Hey, it's Brandon. Where, oh where?
Spearwing 717, Albuquerque Center, roger.
There it is.
Spearwing 717, cleared to Tucson after Gila Bend, Dingo 5 arrival.
After Gila Bend, is it Dingo 5 arrival, Spearwing 717?
Affirmative.
All right, Dingo 5 arrival to Tucson, Spearwing 717. All right, flight plan. I'll show you this in a
73 Bravo Alpha, Spokane Tower 1210 at 15, runway 21, clear to land.
Dingo 5.
Argentina 1301, contact Grand Junction Tower 118.1.
Arrival. Dingo 5.
Argentina 1301, Grand Junction Tower. Wind 300 at 5, runway 29, clear to
I
land.
guess we'll just say via Dingo, right? I mean, I should be able to do via Gila Bend, but it doesn't give me that option right now. Ew. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. All right. No via. Transition GBN. Insert. GBN to Baser and then Dingo. From there, clear that discontinuity out, which we can't. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so anyway. X-Plate Master, thanks for 11 months, buddy. Appreciate it. I missed a sub. BJM2121. If you're still here, man, I'm so sorry I missed your 25 months. Cheers to both you guys. Thank you very much.
At 113, roger, verify you have information, Delta.
How do you tell Brennan and Joe apart? Years of experience. All right, I took this picture. I took this screenshot the other day.
At 113, roger, reduce speed to 200. Maintain 14,000.
That's 107 megabytes per second. This was downloading DCS the other day. This is how you get your gigabit, by using like a torrent or something where you're downloading from 43 different people at once. I was watching this. It was insane, dude. It was so fast. That's the only time that I've actually come close to maxing out that connection. All right, let's bury ourselves here for a second. I need to go perf. Approach. Just grab what's out there right now. We'll grab the Addons once we're closer.
At 113, first reduce your speed to 200.
QNH could be 2984.
You can depart red table heading 020 and just expect a couple of vectors for your TSAT.
Outside air temperature is 34. The dew point's -1. Welcome to the desert.
113, roger, depart red table heading 020.
25010.
No worries. Spirit Wing 717, cross Gila Bend at and maintain flight level 240.
Gila Bend, flight level 240, Spirit Wing 717.
Lock band 59, contact Albuquerque
Right,
Center
go to
128.45.
flight plan. Gila Bend.
FedEx 211, contact Albuquerque Center 128.45.
4,000 feet.
2845 FedEx 211.
Rockband 5930 for 24.
Rockband 59 Albuquerque Center, roger. Descend and maintain 12,000, Tucson altimeter 2984.
Okay. Oh, of course we're high. All right, so let's just start an open descent now.
Center FedEx 211's 24600 for 240 Alabama.
FedEx 211 Albuquerque Center, roger. Descend at
Okay, open descent, start it down. We are way above this descent profile. 3,000 feet is not terrible, so let's pull speed brakes out.
FedEx 211 descend at pilot's discretion, maintain 12,000, Tucson altimeter 2984.
So 3,000 feet high, we'll get this down, we'll get caught up, and then we'll put the speed brakes back in. Real MG, thanks for 17 months, man. I appreciate it. Cheers, buddy. What is DCS? Digital Combat Simulator. What do you find most in DCS? Whatever's new.
Level 10,000.
I haven't flown it for a while. With DCS, it's either like lately it's either the Tomcat or the Hornet, but I haven't flown either one of those for a long time. Rudyism, take it easy, man. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. Air Cine, welcome aboard.
933 Charlie Papa 5050 on the box. Will maintain VFR.
Let's for your down. Okay, sorry. I got you now. All right, here it comes. Here's our VNAV profile.
113, fly heading 330.
So we'll go back into manage mode here. Put the speed brakes in. Those will come up a little bit. We're a little bit below profile now, but that's fine.
We're 3 Bravo Alpha, roger, taxi via Alpha to the ramp, remain this frequency.
Little cloud surfing.
No problem. Number 3 Charlie Papa, you'll need to make your request with Tucson approach on 125.
Multitasking beast, you get used to it, man. That's why I fly like this. That's why I fly like this and have a couple of beers, because then when I do it and I'm sober, I'm like, it's so easy, man. But like that, if you want to beat yourself senseless in the aviation world, do it in the simulator just like this. Like there's so many different things that you can have going on at once. And you know, when you jump in the real plane, it's just like everything sort of slows down in the real plane. It's kind of amazing. Moto Flight Guy, happy Friday, by the way. All hail the king of multitasking. That's right. Don't you forget it. Okay, let's grab ATIS while we're at it. A lot of it's just repetition, though. Like you kind of, like it seems like there's a lot going on, but we're doing the exact same stuff time and time again. And you just get completely used to what you have to do to make it work. So like 23.8, like we'll grab the ATIS here. We did on COM 2.
Charlie Papa, radar contact, maintain VFR, Tucson altimeter 2984.
Sky condition, clear. Temperature 34. Dew point -1. Altimeter 29084. Arriving and departing runways 290 left, 290 right. Visual approaches in use.
Have you given the new X Enviro a try? Yeah, I've not been impressed by the screenshots that I've seen, so no, I have not. Stock clouds still. Stock clouds, that was global.
Back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact and have information out.
Wait, what?
251 Rockbend.
Tucson International Airport. ATIS information alpha.
Alpha.
0153 wind 240 at 10.
2045, streaming 717.
Sky condition.
Go
clear.
And 59 Tucson approach, roger, cross bingo at or above 8,000. Cleared on Yankee runway 29 right approach.
Center, Spirit Wing 717, flight level 240.
Spirit Wing 717, Albuquerque Center, roger. Descend at pilot's discretion, maintain 12,000, Tucson altimeter 2984.
12,000 my discretion. Spirit Wing 717.
Rockman 59, you can actually cross Dingo at above 8,000. Argentina 1301, taxi via Alpha to the ramp, remain this frequency.
All right, we'll just leave it in managed mode.
At 113, turn left heading 230.
We are still a little ways out, I think, from the next descent, but I couldn't tell you because it won't tell me. It should say it right here. But it don't. Oh yeah, there it is. It's the arrow anyway. Okay, so while that's doing that, let's try to grab the ATIS again. Okay, we have Alpha.
Tucson International Airport, ATIS Information Alpha, 0153 Zulu, wind 240 at 10, visibility 10, sky condition clear, temperature 34, dew point -1,
34 minus 1.
2984, arriving and departing runway 29 left, 29 right, visual approaches in use, caution taxiway, Alpha parallel runway 11 left.
All right, 29 left, 29 right, visual approaches.
I know, where are they?
Still center. Sorry about that. At 113, 8 miles from Jargu, turn left heading 170. Maintain
All right.
3,000 until established on the localizer.
Mamba Gator Simulations, happy Friday. Good to see you. How are things? Recently got IFR current again after not doing IFR during the winter. PE did a great job keeping off the rust. 100%, man. I think with GA Monday this next week, I'm going to go shoot a bunch of approaches. I was going to do it last week at FlightSimExpo, but I want to jump in the 172 and just go up and bang out approaches for a night. 3, 4, 5, whatever we can do in 2 hours. And I think that would be very, very good.
25.1 FedEx 211.
Right. Down we go. Attempt dew point spread is crazy for somebody living in the Pacific Northwest. Dude, I said the same thing, man. Dave Blizzard, thank you very much for 14 months. Weather in Poland is kicking my butt. Very unpredictable. Model stink. Oh, that sucks, man. Cheers. What is the weather in Poland like, David? How are we on the ratings? I'm on the Sky High ratings now. I did the initial Sky High rating. I gotta get back into them. We'll get GA Monday back on the rails and happening again. And once I do some approaches and whatnot next time, then we'll go fly some more ratings. Yeah, dude, Skyhawk stuff's pretty good. It's busy. Like those flights are just like boom, 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 boom. That's like very little time for chat or anything like that. Which seems counterintuitive. You think slower plane, why would you be so busy? But it's just always a lot going on. We'll get Forza again one of these days. I got the Lego expansion that just came out. That requires me to get motivated for more than 2 nights a week of streaming, which is tough because I need that. Like I need that extra night to just sort of decompress. Severe thunderstorms today, not conducive to the MQ-9 Reaper. I see. What time is GA Monday? 8 o'clock Eastern time. Yeah, right now they're 8 o'clock Eastern. Well, I think I think in July I could be able to move them forward to 7 o'clock Eastern time. But for now they're 8 Eastern. They're usually a little shorter, like 2 to 3 hours long. That being said, I haven't actually done GA Monday on Monday in several, like probably over a month now. Which is why you may not have seen them. Lego Forza is so much fun, dude. I'm looking forward to it. I was gonna fire it up last night, but my Xbox had to download an update and it was taking forever, so I just gave up on it. Do you have to do timed approaches for your instrument rating? Yes. Yeah, one of the approaches. Well, you don't have to, but you probably will. Like one of the approaches that I did was a. Interesting. One of the approaches that I did was a VOR approach partial panel. So if you're doing a partial panel VOR, then you have to do the timing. Forgot the clock half the time in training. My instructor got real pissed at me. I know you got to do it. I know you got to have it there. There's so many.
717, contact Tucson approach 125.1.
25-1, Spirit Wing 717.
FedEx 211, say speed. Thanks, maintain 240 or greater.
Oh gosh. Approach Spirit Wing 717, flight level 184, descending 12,000 with Alpha.
113, as for now, roger, runway 15 for left.
Yeah, they made Lego cars, Ernie. Like Lego cars and Lego trees and all sorts of stuff like that, like destructible bricks for the walls and whatnot. Like, it looks pretty cool.
Spirit Wing 717, Tucson approach, verify information in Alpha, and you cross Dingo at or above 8,000. Cleared RNAV Yankee runway 29 right approach.
Okay, we have Alpha, Dingo at or above 8,000, cleared RNAV Yankee 2 right approach, Spirit Wing 717. All right, so we'll go to flight plan, Tucson, arrival.
Spirit Wing 717, just want to verify it's the RNAV Yankee runway 29 right approach.
RNAV Yankee 29 right approach, Spirit Wing 717.
Roger, thanks.
Dingo 5 from Dingo. We should remain direct baser.
For 50 Tango Charlie, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain flight level 240.
Oh, still got one left in there. Well, that's interesting. I think I might have broken the FMC. Okay. You geet. Dingo, you geet. Okay, so I want to put, baser before that. Not allowed. Well, we're basically a baser now, so let's just,
Sky High 158. Salt Lake City Center, correct shuttle center, clearance on request, standby.
Interesting. It keeps reprogramming itself here. Wow, we need to go down. Okay, let that keep going down. So I'm trying to program in this new approach, and it's not having it right now. You'll notice that it has the approach somewhat in there, but it's still got the 11 approach. That's incorrect.
Sky 158, cleared from the Sierra 500 airport to the Sierra Zulu Tango airport as filed. Maintain 2000. Departure frequency 132.6, squawk 2541. Hold for release.
29 right Yankee. Dingo 5 from Dingo. No transition.
Sky High 158, read back correct. Advise me here when you're ready for departure.
Cutting your track first. Okay, that's progress. Ah, there we go. We got it now. Okay, put you back into manage mode. Okay, Dingo, you geet. All right, let's brief this approach real quick. Just in the nick of time, too. Okay, we're going to fly the runway 29 right, RNAV or RMP procedure into Tucson here. 11,000 feet of runway to work with. Touchdown zone elevation is 2,600 feet. We are UGEAT, so we got to be below 8,000 feet at UGEAT. 7,000 feet of a veer and in from there. We have a full profile to fly coming in. The minimums for this approach are 500 feet AGL. And in the event of a missed approach, we are going to fly straight ahead to 303 to 6,500, then to the Wedgie intersection, 309 off of Wedgie to Pima and hold at Pima, and go from there. Okay, so let's dial in 7,000. So let's just dial in 4,400 is the final approach fix, so let's just dial that. Okay, so keep flying that. That's fine. Moto Flight Guy, thanks for your support, man. Welcome to the Beer of the Month Club. Cheers to you, buddy. Nah, see, I needed to program the approach in, get it to yell at me about heading track mode, put it in heading track mode, execute that, and then go back and do the direct. That was the magic. That was the magic juice to get it fixed. Okay, we'll come down here. We'll go to the perf tab. Go to the here. We're gonna call this 3137 on the MDA. 137 for the MDA. Good. All right. And I'm sure that Tower is gonna be next. Tucson Tower is 18.3. Check, check. Good. On. We'll go low on the brakes. You good. Okay, next crossing is UGEAT below 8,000 and then 7,000 at a veer. And we'll go approach mode. We can go approach mode once we cross UGEAT. Actually, no, we'll cross approach mode once we approach Waxes, because Waxes has a speed restriction. What version of 4 do you recommend for student pilots starting my PPL soon? $200 one, I assume, have access to documents. My recommendation would be the $100 for if you're just starting out. $200, it gives you things like moving maps here. I've got my plane up here, georeference plates and whatnot, which you don't really need when you're just a PPL pilot. If you're going to move straight into your IR, then maybe. But I think you can get away with the $100 plan. I used the $100 plan until I started my instrument rating. You don't need the $300 plan as a piston pilot, in my opinion.
59 Heavy, contact Tucson Tower, 118.3.
118.3, Rock Band 59 Heavy.
Wheat Then, good to see you. Welcome aboard. Why the plane chirp? The plane chirped at me because I don't know. I forget what that chirp was.
59 Heavy, Tucson Tower. Wind 240 at 10, runway 29 right, clear to land.
It's the airport. I feel like we've come out here like this before. Really appreciate it. Did an intro flight and must get back up there. I loved it so much. Dude, it's amazing. Ramos J, how you doing, by the way? Yeah, happy to help, buddy. Okay, there's our level off. Not sure why it chose 7,300 to level off at, but whatever. Looking good. Looking good, feeling good.
FedEx 211, resume normal speed.
Normal speed, FedEx 211.
Still just cruising along. I would like for the plane to maintain 250 knots, but I also know I've got somebody up in front of me, so I'm not going to get too worried about not going that fast. It's a neat little approach. kind of looks like the Death Star there. There you go. Luke. It's impossible, even for a computer. That's no moon. That's a space station. We're going to do GA Monday next week, yeah. We'll be in the 172 shooting approaches most likely. Oh, yeah. Here's the edge of some ortho out here, it looks like. We're that far south. It's very weird.
Sure, thank you, Charlie Roger.
Lumberhacks is up there somewhere.
Sky 158, Roger. Time now is 0242. Clearance void if not airborne by 0255.
Excuse me.
Release for departure.
X-Pin 11 weather in general is not great. Like, the visibility stuff is nailed pretty well, but clouds are not good, rain's not good, snow's
Mark
real
59,
bad.
where do you park?
Thunder and lightning and all that stuff, yeah, maybe not so good. All right, 7,000 at Yvir.
59, Roger, Alpha 10.
Crossing Yvir, we will activate approach mode. We'll get our speed back a little bit. Get ourselves ready for the speed restriction at Yvir.
71, correction, Spirit Wing 717. Traffic 12 o'clock, 5 miles, northwestbound. Today's Cessna Skyhawk at 10,200.
Insight, Spirit Wing 717.
Roger. Skyhawk 933, Charlie Papa, traffic 12 o'clock, 4 miles, opposite directions, and Airbus at 7,000.
Yes, I got it. 933 Charlie Papa.
What's up, buddy? How you doing? Pretty random that you're actually going to find a bit of traffic out here not going to the airport that we're going to. It's cool, though. There's traffic I'm following. I can see him now. We flying into Osh prior to Osh? We'll see. Probably not. I think VATSIM does an event, but I think it's like the weekend of Oshkosh. As a new X-Plane era user, what weather does everybody recommend? Just use the stock weather. Like, if you want like super up to date, super like up to the almost minute, then either Active Sky or FS Global's fine. But I think the stock weather is totally okay. Just recently flew cross country. 2-hour flight was on a 777-500. Next leg was 4 hours. We flew on a 319. It's a bit backwards from what you should have.
Sky 158, Seattle Center, Squawk Cadet.
I will be at Oshkosh this year, yes. Exact dates and all that are to be determined. But yeah, I'll be at Oshkosh. Stock is missing layers. That's true. Stock is usually missing a few layers. But it gets the important stuff most of the time. Like I said, it's totally acceptable. In my opinion. Alright, let's go approach mode. That'll bring us down to green dot speed now. Which just gets us below the 220 knot restriction at waxes. We've got bars coming in, so we should be able to do approach mode. All right, so we are now descending in VNAV. We still have managed speed, managed heading, managed altitude. The final altitude has been set, 4,400 feet, and I've now activated approach mode, which will see a blue alt final on here. So what'll happen is, as we approach the final approach fix,
50 Tango Charlie, contact Denver Center,
the airplane,
118.57.
the airplane will fly the approach. Or should fly the approach, I should say. If all goes as planned. And I haven't tried to get going to fly an RNAV approach for a while, but I think it's similar in one of those planes too. How much is cropped off the sides of your stream? I know you're running a new ultra wide. Oh, I'm glad you asked. That's my full view right there. So all I'm missing, I have chat on one side, I have notifications on the other side, but there's nothing being cropped off of the sim itself. I was very happy to get that working. Yeah, it's pretty nice to have the chat like right here on the same screen. Oh, I still have two monitors. I have another monitor here, right here next to me. Right now, it's just got the PilotEdge map up on it. All right, as we approach a toast, we'll go. Once we start the next descent, we'll go ahead and start. Go to flaps 1. That'll start bringing our speed back a little more. Plane's shooting in pretty low over these houses.
FedEx 211 Tucson Tower, 1230 at 10, runway 29 right, clear line. Spare wing 717, traffic you're following is at 11 o'clock and 6 miles northwestbound, a Boeing 757 descending at a 4,500, caution wake turbulence.
Inside 717.
2,500. Spare wing 717, roger, contact Tucson Tower 118.3.
Tower 18.3, spare wing 717. Tucson Tower, spare wing 717, RNAV Yankee 29 right. We've got the FedEx in sight.
Spare wing 717, Tucson Tower, roger. You're number 2 following the Boeing 757, caution wake turbulence, runway 29 right, cleared to land.
Cleared land 29 right, spare wing 717.
2,000.
Okie dokie. Alright, let's get the gear down now.
0 Tango Charlie, cross cones at or above 13,000, cleared straight in, RNAV Yankee, runway 9 approach, Telluride.
And we'll get the flaps out. Okay, final approach. So we are now in approach mode. So we should blow past this 4,400, no problem. The missed approach altitude is 6,500 feet.
761 Lima is 8 miles to the southeast with information uniform landing full stop.
All right, my airplane.
We're 4761 Lima, executive tower, make left traffic, runway 20, report midfield.
Left traffic for 20 will report midfield.
Okay, gear down 3 green. Flaps are down and indicated. Auto brakes set. Auto speed brake is armed. Auto brake is yeah, whatever. Lights are set. Runway's in sight. Clearance received. But we'll keep flying the approach because that's how we roll.
FedEx 211 right, when able.
Very pretty.
The ramp, remain this frequency.
I would have liked for it to be just a little bit brighter out, but it's all right. Okay, there's final. Here, flaps, good. And we'll exit right for the terminal. No prediction here.
1,000.
Checked and stable. Get the seatbelt sign on. What are you talking about? See? Don't start that with me, okay?
$500. $400.
Ah, that beep right there, that's the trim. I think.
$300.
I forgot a minimums call out, which is kind of weird.
$200. Retard.
Almost.
Retard.
Oh no! Weather's loading.
100. 50.
Oh.
40. 30. Retard.
Versus out. Ah, that was a bad time to have a weather refresh.
Fairwing 717. Next to be Alpha 7 to the ramp and remain this frequency. Good.
Alpha 7 or Alpha 7 to the ramp. Spearwing 717. Okay.
Sacramento Tower 4761 Lima is midfield, downwind 420.
That's a taxiway that doesn't exist anymore. The more you know.
November 476.
There it is.
Executive Tower, runway 20, clear to land.
Clear to land 204761 Lima.
Brakes are hot. Go figure. Brakes are always hot when we land. Yeah, I should have hit the refresh button. I totally forgot. It's alright.
Zero Tango Charlie, fire cancellation. Steve, squawk, maintain VFR. Have a good.
But I recommend the IE pack. I don't even notice the difference, man. I really don't notice the difference. I'm not that in tune with the engines. I don't know.
Sky High 158, then advise me when you have the weather at jam point there, say approach request when able.
Just waiting on the APU to spool up. It's available.
Retard.
This is not found. Thanks for gifting the subs, man. All right, who do we get on final there? Jay Falcon, thanks for 10 months. Appreciate it. Space Data, thanks for Space Data 22.99. Thanks for the 19 months. Butter indeed. Cheers, my friend. And This You're Not Found, thanks for gifting 10 subscriptions. I do appreciate that as well. Thank you very much, my friend. Cheers. It's good stuff. Left my strobes on. I got most of the lights, though. That's all that counts, right? All right. Let's hop off the PilotEdge here. Thank you again. This stuff, You're Not Found. I really do appreciate it, man. You've been too generous tonight. Back to real life. Yeah, well, we got the replay to go yet. All right, we're off PilotEdge, right? Yeah. I'm kind of upset about the reload there at the very end. Oh, hello. Sorry about that. It's a good looking approach, though. Okay. What can we see here? Hell of a crosswind coming in, that's for sure. Oh, there's the crab, yeah. Okay, there's the 1,000-footers. Totally missed those. About 1,500 feet or so. Not bad. You really can't see much out here, can you? Light, all right. That doesn't really work that well. Yeah, you can do regenerate weather to a key. Or I would have to hit the button in Nevis Global, but... Ah, I wish it was just a little bit brighter outside. Still looked alright, though. Alright, folks.
100.
It's been fun. I want to thank you guys all for coming out tonight. Thanks to Max and Brendan and Ian for all flying along at various points of the evening, and anybody else who did as well.
50. 40. 30.
Don't judge.
Retard.
Don't judge.
Retard. 5.
Not bad. Who's streaming tonight? We're gonna say hi to Jeff. Jeff's doing some OCRP. Otherwise, who we got in the flight sim world today? Puck Vanek is streaming. Dane Flats is streaming. All sorts of guys. We're gonna say hi to Jeff tonight. Anyway, thank you guys all for coming out. It's been an absolute blast. We're back on Monday for GA Monday. And shoot some approaches this week. Should be a good time. So, thanks again. Have a good weekend. And